Hi guys, welcome to Midnight Anime Library.
The Ninja World rankings appeared. Every secret was exposed. Naruto Part 1 Chapter 1 Ninja World Golden Roll, exposed.
Naruto is the son of the fourth Hokage.
Author, Huangsheng. Transmigrating into the Naruto world, I became Bai Yan, the son-in-law of the owner of Ichiraku ramen. On ordinary days, he would squint his eyes and focus on making ramen. Until one day, a massive change occurred in heaven and earth, and a mysterious golden roll appeared. Ninjutsu rankings, Bloodline Limit rankings, Summoned Beast rankings, Beauty rankings, Handsome Men rankings, 5 Kage Combat Power rankings, Acting rankings, Comprehensive Combat Power rankings.
Anyone listed on the rankings could obtain endless benefits. When Otsutsuki Kaguya topped the Beauty rankings. When Naruto topped the 5 Kage rankings.
When the third Hokage, Itachi, Obito, and Danzo appeared on the acting rankings, their deeds were exposed. The entire ninja world was stunned.
So the ninja world was played this dirtily? Konoha, Ichiraku ramen shop.
A handsome young man was squinting his eyes while tidying up the bowls and chopsticks. The Chunin exams have reached the final stage.
Orochimaru is about to launch the Konoha Crush plan, isn't he? Bai Yan knew all this because he was a transmigrator.
He had transmigrated to Konoha years ago, married Ayam, and became the son-in-law of the Ichiraku ramen owner. After living low-key for a few years, he began to feel bored. So he inherited the Ichiraku ramen shop, intending to live a stable life with his wife, Ayam, for a few years. Hubby, the match is about to start.
Let's go cheer for Naruto. Bai Yan nodded with a smile. Afterward, the two of them went together to the final venue of this Chunin exams. At this time, ninjas from various countries were already seated in the spectator stands, including many faces familiar to Bai Yan. On the highest spectator stand sat the fourth Kazekage Raza and the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Bai Yan knew that the real fourth Kazekage had already been assassinated by Orochimaru. The fourth Kazekage currently sitting on the high platform was actually Orochimaru in disguise, preparing to launch the Konoha Crush plan. The examiner came to the center of the field, just about to announce the start of the match. Buzz, along with a strange sound echoing through the living world and the pure land. A dazzling golden light shone simultaneously on the living world and the pure land. At the same time, all the spirits that had been sleeping in the pure land woke up. As the golden light vanished, a giant scroll appeared out of thin air, floating above Konoha. Although the scroll floated above Konoha, it could be clearly seen from anywhere in the living world or the pure land. In an instant, the whole world watched, and everyone was shocked. In the pure land, much like the ninja sect created by the Six-Path Sage, the spirits there could communicate and understand each other without barriers. At this very moment, in the pure land, Uchiha Madara, why did that golden light suddenly wake me up? And what is that scroll? Senju Hashirama, Madara. I can chat with you again, I'm so excited. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Do you know what's going on? Senju Hashirama, I don't know. Ototo, you've woken up too, haven't you? Do you know? Senju Tobarama, big brother, I don't know. Uchiha Izuna, older brother. Older brother. Uchiha Madara, Ototo. Do you have any information?
Uchiha Izuna, since we woke up because of it, that scroll might have a great impact on us. Uchiha
Madara and the others all agreed with Uchiha Izuna's guess.
Others in the Pure Land chose to remain silent at this time.
What a joke!
Although everyone could communicate and understand each other without barriers in the Pure Land. The ones above were super big shots, how would they dare to interrupt? Meanwhile, in the living ninja world, I will keep the Kazekage busy here.
I'm sure with my old friend's skills, he will definitely find out what this scroll is. Hiruzen Sarutobi recovered from his shock and gave an ANBU member a look. The ANBU member understood and immediately left. What Hiruzen Sarutobi didn't know was that the Kazekage, who was staring longingly at the scroll in the sky, that is, Orochimaru, was currently thinking of an excuse to leave. The plan to crush Konoha?
As a scientist, exploring the unknown was naturally more important. Buzz, as the strange sound rang out again, the entire space seemed to tremble. People noticed that the originally closed scroll was slowly unfurling. The unfurled scroll was divided into many sections, but all were blank. Just as everyone was speculating, four large characters appeared at the top of the bottommost section, Summoned Beast Rankings. In an instant, people in both the living world and the Pure Land instantly understood, as long as one could make it onto the list, they would receive immense benefits.
Senju Hashirama, I see.
Unfortunately, I don't have a summoned beast. Senju Tobarama, don't be troubled, big brother.
There are still many blank areas on the scroll.
There will surely be other rankings, and we will definitely be able to make the list then.
Uzumaki Mito, hubby, Tobarama is right.
With your strength, you will surely be at the top of the other rankings.
Uchiha Izuna, older brother. Uchiha Madara, don't worry, Ototo. I will definitely make the list and be among the top.
Uchiha Madara folded his arms, his slightly upturned head full of confidence. For his final battle with Hashirama during his lifetime, he had forcefully controlled and contracted the Nine-Tailed. Of course, only Hashirama knew about this.
Sigh. It seems the secret between me and Hashirama can no longer be hidden. A flash of disappointment crossed Uchiha Madara's face. At the same time,
the Six-Path Sage, who had merged with the Pure Land, showed shock and concern on his face. I hope this mysterious scroll that appeared out of nowhere won't lead to any changes that allow my mother to escape. He had just tried to probe the scroll with his chakra and was directly injured by the recoil.
The center of the moon. Otsutsuki Kaguya, who was sealed here, looked somewhat excited.
The entire moon trembled violently because of it.
Moon Palace.
Otsutsuki Tonari, who noticed all this, looked at the scroll above Konoha expressionlessly, his thoughts unknown.
Living World, Konoha Village. Root Base. My Baku making the list is a sure thing. I just don't know what benefits I can get.
Danzo, who was waiting for the Root's investigation results on the scroll, turned from shock to wild joy.
Chapter 2 Chunin Exam Arena High Platform. My Enma will definitely be on the list, and the ranking won't be low, at least not lower than my old friend's Baku.
Hiruzen Sarutobi was also excited after learning about the Summoned Beast rankings.
Orochimaru, sitting next to Hiruzen Sarutobi, gave a sinister smile. Interesting.
His Manda was by no means undeserving of its reputation. He wasn't worried about making the list. Now he was full of interest in the rankings. The plan to crush Konoha was pushed to the back of his mind.
Kumobakure, Raikage's office.
Fourth Raikage, Mabui, immediately go and summon the ninjas in the village who have summoned beasts. Mabui immediately took the order and went out. She naturally understood the Raikage's plan. The summoned beast rankings have appeared. As long as one is on the list, they can obtain benefits.
If a ninja from Kumobakure made the list, it would surely greatly enhance Kumobakure's strength. Iwagakure, Sachikage's office. The reaction of the third Sachikage Inoki was similar to that of the fourth Raikage.
Kuratsuchi, immediately go and tally the ninjas in the village who possess summoned beasts to see if there's a possibility of making the list.
Kirigakure, Mizukage's office. Fifth Mizukage Mei Terumi looked at the scroll.
Above Konoha from afar, her face full of displeasure. Why don't I have a powerful summoned beast?
Sister, there will definitely be other rankings next. You will surely be on the list then. Mei Terumi looked at Chijuro, who spoke, and smiled with relief. That's right. If it's about looks and figure, I will definitely be among the top. Sunagakure.
Grandma Chio sighed, as long as one can make the list, they can get benefits. Unfortunately, this summoned beast ranking doesn't have much to do with my Sunagakure.
Land of Rain, Akatsuki Organization Base.
All Akatsuki members were summoned by pain.
Kakuzu, I captured a Konoha ninja and was just about to go to the bounty station.
Haiden, it must be because of the scroll.
Unfortunately, I don't have a summoned beast.
Uchiha Itachi said expressionlessly, Leader, you can definitely make the summoned beast rankings, and the ranking won't be low.
Chapter 2 Pain nodded. He was quite confident in his own animal path core.
Sasori of the Red Sand remained equally expressionless. It's a pity my puppets aren't considered summoned beasts, otherwise they would definitely be on the rankings. Pain, I have gathered everyone today mainly for two matters.
One is about the rankings.
There will surely be other lists, and with your strength, you will definitely make it on them when the time comes.
The other is to introduce a newcomer to you. Come out, Toby.
As soon as Pain finished speaking, Zetsu, wearing a mask, stepped out.
Toby, hello, seniors. My name is Toby. Deidara, Toby, what do you think art is? Toby said without hesitation, art is an explosion. If there were an art ranking, Senior Deidara would definitely be at the top. Very good, I acknowledge you.
The other members of the Akatsuki organization began to size up Toby, speculating about the new member's true identity. The summoning beast rankings area of the scroll suddenly erupted with a dazzling, intense light.
Whether in the living world
or the Pure Land, everyone's gaze was once again drawn to the scroll.
Under the watchful eyes of the multitude, the first name appeared at the bottom of the Summoning Beast Rankings area.
Summoning Beast Rankings, 30th place, 8 man dogs, 8 ninja dogs.
Summoner, Kakashi.
Reward, super delicious dog food, edible for humans, recommended half share between human and dog. The consumer's sense of smell increases 100-fold, with the ability to selectively block odors. After seeing the published rankings and rewards, all the ninjas were shocked. I didn't expect the reward for the last place to be so generous. 100-fold increase in smell. This is a massive boost to our survival and intelligence gathering capabilities as ninjas. Most importantly, being able to block unpleasant odors is crucial. If all smells were increased 100-fold, a sense of smell that is too developed would actually be a nuisance. If one could selectively block other odors, it would be a completely different story. While discussing, everyone was filled with envy for the reward Kakashi had received. As for the reward being dog food, it was ignored by everyone.
Konoha, root base.
Danzo slapped the table and stood up, his eyes flashing with excitement. Go, bring me the dog food reward Kakashi obtained.
Yes. Someone immediately accepted the order and left.
After the members of Root consume the dog food, it will surely greatly enhance Root's strength. Moreover, with a 100-fold increase in smell, I won't have to live in constant fear of being ambushed like I do now. As for the fact that Kakashi's reward was dog food, Danzo didn't care at all. In his view, as long as it could increase strength, never mind human edible dog food. Even if it were filth, he wouldn't hesitate.
Chunin exams venue. Woof woof. Akamaru, crouching beside Inazuka Kiba, barked twice in dissatisfaction.
Noticing Akamaru's discontent, Inazuka Kiba immediately crouched down to comfort him.
Akamaru, you are my partner, not a summoned beast. Otherwise, you would definitely be on the list. After hearing this, Akamaru wagged his tail happily. Just then,
a golden light descended from the sky, targeting Kakashi on the spectator stand in the exam venue. The dog food reward appeared in Kakashi's hands.
Holding the dog food, Kakashi felt an inexplicable urge to take a bite. After struggling internally for a moment, he ultimately couldn't resist tearing open the packaging. Instantly, the fragrance of the dog food wafted out, and everyone present couldn't help but swallow their saliva, clearly wanting a taste. This included Orochimaru and Hiruzen Sarutobi on the high platform. Chapter 3. Might Guy walked over. Kakashi, since it's your reward, hurry up and try it. Youth lies in trying.
After Might Guy finished speaking, he flashed a mouthful of white teeth to encourage Kakashi.
Kurenai Yuhi also walked over. That's right. Kakashi, taste what this dog food is like.
She actually wanted to taste it too, but like the other ninjas present, she was too embarrassed to ask for some.
The other ninjas also chimed in, telling Kakashi to give it a try. Meanwhile, in the ordinary spectator stands,
Bai Yan looked at the clearly tempted Kakashi and couldn't help but curl his lip.
No matter how good the effect is, that thing is still dog food. Are these people crazy? However, I am also quite curious about Kakashi's appearance.
Bai Yan found it quite amusing that Kakashi's appearance under the mask might be revealed to everyone in this manner.
At this moment,
Kakashi slowly placed his hand on his mask. The entire venue fell silent, everyone watching Kakashi quietly. Some were curious about Kakashi's looks, but more were curious about the effect of eating the dog food.
Suddenly,
Kakashi's 8-man dogs appeared automatically, pawing the dog food in Kakashi's hand to the ground and scrambling to eat it. The root member who had just arrived, carrying Danzo's orders.
Just
as he was about to speak, he saw the dog food being devoured by the ninja dogs and frozen in place, his heart aching.
He was a step too late. The other ninjas present also felt heartache and regret. Interesting. Bai Yan, in the ordinary spectator stands, curled his lips into a smile. Others hadn't noticed, but he had.
At the moment the 8-man dogs were summoned, while everyone's attention was drawn to the dogs.
Kakashi, with lightning speed, secretly ate a piece of dog food.
After eating the dog food, his expression remained calm, but his heart was shaken. Firstly, because the dog food was incredibly delicious. Secondly, because he clearly felt that his sense of smell had indeed increased 100-fold. The six-path sage, who could observe the entire ninja world, couldn't help but be curious.
Is that dog food really that delicious? Watching them made even him want to try a piece. The Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, super delicious dog food. Madara.
How delicious do you think it has to be called super delicious?
Uchiha Madara, Hashirama.
No matter how delicious it is, it's still dog food.
Do you actually want to try it? Senju Tobarama, does anyone know which hidden village that Kakashi is from?
Tsukumo Hatake, replying to the second Hokage, Kakashi Hatake is my son, a ninja of Konoha. Tsukumo Hatake had not dared to interject, but hearing Senju Tobarama ask, he immediately replied with pride.
Senju Hashirama, good. Good. As expected of a ninja from my Konoha.
While the people in the Pure Land were engaged in a heated discussion about whether the super delicious dog food was actually good,
a new name appeared on the ranking. Summoning Beast Rankings, 29th place, Kamatari. Summoner, Temari.
Reward, the power of wind-style ninjutsu for both the summoner and the summoned beast is increased by 10 times.
All the ninjas once again let out exclamations of envy.
A 10-fold increase in power.
This reward is simply too generous. Temari was overjoyed, she
had indeed made it onto the ranking, and the reward was extremely rich.
The ranking continued.
The ninjas who made the list were all ecstatic. Those who didn't were filled with envy. By now, no one doubted the realization that had appeared in their hearts when the scroll emerged: as long as one made the list, they would receive immense benefits.
Very good.
If the rewards for the top 30 are already this terrifying, the reward I obtain will surely be even more astonishing.
The originally confident Danzo's expression suddenly changed as he looked at the latest name on the ranking. No. This is impossible. My Baku is only ranked 25th?
Summoning Beast Rankings, 25th place, Baku.
Summoner, Danzo.
Reward, a pair of Rinnegan usable 10 times, but after 10 uses, the user will become permanently blind. Summoned Beast Chakra is increased 5 times. Hiss, once Danzo's reward was revealed, many people could no longer sit still. I didn't expect that even the Rinnegan could be a reward, though fortunately, it can only be used 10 times and has a severe side effect. The 25th place already rewards the Rinnegan. I wonder how terrifying the subsequent rewards will be.
I'm so envious.
A golden light fell toward the root base.
Danzo received the Rinnegan reward. Feeling the newly acquired power, he couldn't help but laugh out loud. Although it can only be used 10 times, for me, that is enough.
Chapter 3. In Danzo's view, with the Rinnegan, he could achieve his wish in fewer than 10 attempts. Therefore, he directly ignored the side effect of permanent blindness.
At the Chunin exam arena, Hiruzen Sarutobi's expression became very grim. He had long known that Danzo coveted his position as Hokage.
Now that Danzo had obtained the Rinnegan, given Danzo's nature, he would surely act ahead of schedule.
Soon, Hiruzen Sarutobi's furrowed brows began to relax. My demon ape will definitely make the list, and its rank will surely be better than Danzo's Baku. At that time, I will receive better rewards, so I won't have to worry about that old friend. Summoning Beast Rankings 21, Salamander. Summoner, Hanzo, reward, Summoner and Summon Beast's chakra increased by 10 times. Hanzo, ha ha ha. My chakra really has increased tenfold. It's a pity there's no place to use it here in the Pure Land. Chapter 4 Senju Tobarama, Big Brother, I guessed correctly. We in the Pure Land can also make the list and obtain benefits. Senju Hashirama, my Ototo is truly amazing. It's a pity we are both fated to miss out on this summoning beast ranking nut. Uchiha Madara, you all just wait to be green with envy. Uzumaki Mido, Madara, can you even make the list? I don't recall you having any powerful summoned beasts. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Tell your wife whether I can make the list or not. Uchiha Madara thought to himself, I have the nine-tailed, rank 1 is secure. Senju Hashirama, wife, Madara actually can make the list, and he might even take the top spot. Senju Hashirama gave his answer as he recalled his final battle with Uchiha Madara. Summoning Beast Rankings 18, Mirage. Summoner, 2nd Mizukage, reward, 10x A rank ninjutsu, summoner and summon beasts water style ninjutsu power increased by 100 times. The list continued to be announced, and the rewards became increasingly terrifying. Ninjas who possessed summoned beasts but whose names had not yet appeared on the list were now filled with immense anticipation and tension. Although Inuzuka Kiba comforted Akamaru by saying he was a partner and not a summoned beast, he still felt a sense of unwillingness and loss in his heart for not making the list. To be honest, if it weren't for the Inuzuka family's ancestral teachings, he would have wanted to sign a summoning contract with Akamaru long ago. At a hotel near a famous casino. Lady Tsunade, your Katsuyu will definitely be on the list. Shizun, holding a little pig, saw that Tsunade was very nervous and spoke to comfort her. Tsunade, I'm naturally not worried about that. Shizun, then what are you nervous about, Lady Tsunade? Tsunade, the reward, of course. What if it's not the luck boost I want? A string of black lines appeared on Shizun's forehead. She had already guessed why Tsunade wanted a luck boost. Sure enough, Tsunade said with a face full of yearning, with a luck boost, I'll be able to win every bet. Shizun's face changed. Lady Tsunade, if that happens, something terrible will occur. She knew very well that every time Tsunade won a bet, something bad would happen. If Tsunade really won every bet, wouldn't that be disastrous? The Pure Land. The Six-Path Sage was currently feeling a bit smug. The nine-tailed beasts are all my children. In that case, the top 9 spots on the summoning beast rankings might all be occupied by me. Ryuchi Cave. Manda was also paying attention to the list. If even trash like the salamander can make the list, my top 10 spot is secure. Manda was absolutely certain it would make the list. It was now just waiting for its specific ranking and to receive its reward. Mount Maya Boku. Gamabunta, I will definitely make the list and then obtain rewards to become even stronger. The other toads who had signed contracts with Jiraiya were all full of excitement. Meanwhile, the toads who had not signed contracts looked on with envy or disappointment. We are much stronger than those 8-man dogs or whatever. If we had signed contracts with humans, we would definitely be on the list. A temple deep within Mount Mayaboku. The great toad sage Gamamaru possessed strength no less than that of the Six-Path Sage. If he had signed a contract with someone, he would easily enter the top 3 and obtain the ranking rewards. However, he did not feel any loss because of this. Instead, he was happy for his clansmen who could make the list. Now that the summoning beast rankings have appeared, perhaps the state of the world is about to change. As a summoned beast, he was very clear about the temptation of the ranking rewards. Therefore, he had already foreseen that many toads from Mount Mayaboku would soon go out into the world to sign contracts with humans. Not just Mount Mayaboku, those stinking snakes from Ryuchi Cave will surely be no exception. Shikatsu Forest. Katsuryu, who lived here and ruled over it, knew she would be on the list, and it would be a lie to say she wasn't excited right now. Unlike the toads of Mount Mayaboku and the great snakes of Ryuchi Cave, Katsuyu was a single entity, although she had signed a contract with Tsunade. But because Tsunade's chakra was limited, Tsunade could only summon a portion of the Katsuyu Sage each time. I'm so curious. What rank will I be, and what rewards will I get? Soon, the 16th name on the list appeared, and the 15th was about to be revealed. And at this time, whether in the living world or the Pure Land, everyone gained a new realization. And that was, for the top 15 on the list, in addition to the names of those ranked, classic battle footage of the ranked individuals summoning their beasts to fight would also appear. For a moment, those confident in making the list were filled with immense anticipation. After all, who wouldn't want their heroic figure to be admired by thousands? The Pure Land. My identity as the summoner of the Nine-Tailed is finally going to be exposed. Uchiha Madara folded his arms across his chest, his proud head slightly tilted back. Sigh. I really don't want to start a personality cult, but the Nine-Tailed beasts will definitely make the list. The Six-Paths Sage couldn't help but shake his head as he thought. At that time, my majestic figure will surely be revealed. What a miscalculation, a total miscalculation. Summoning Beast Rankings 15, Monkey King Enma. Summoner, Hiruzen Sarutobi, reward, 100 types of A-rank ninjutsu. Summoner and summoned beasts chakra increased by 10 times. On the high platform of the Chunin exam arena. Seeing that he had indeed made the list and was ranked higher than his old friend, Hiruzen Sarutobi's lips curled slightly, as expected of him. As soon as the 15th rank was announced, the entire Konoha village erupted in excitement. Chapter 5. As soon as the 15th rank was announced, the entire Konoha village erupted in excitement. Look! It's the third! Oh my god! I've finally seen the third Hokage make the list. I'm looking forward to Lord Third's heroic figure. Yes! In a moment, everyone will see the battle footage of Lord Third coordinating with his ninja beast. What an honor! Where the leaves dance, the fire burns on. Where the leaves dance, the fire burns on. Where the leaves dance, the fire burns on. The ninjas and villagers of Konoha village all stared at the scroll in the sky with adoration, shouting the Third's classic indoctrinating slogans. Of course, besides Konoha, ninjas throughout the entire ninja world were also very curious and expectant. After all, they had all heard of the Third's great name but had never had the chance to witness his combat. Tsunade. Hiruzen Sarutobi? I've always heard of his great name, but unfortunately, I've never had the chance to meet him. Grandma Chio looked at the scroll with curiosity. Iwagu Cure. I've always heard that Hiruzen Sarutobi is the strongest Hokage of all time. I wonder how he compares to Lord Madara. He shouldn't be too far off, right? Anoki was somewhat uncertain. Kumo go Cure. Fourth Raikage. I had a solemn expression. Mabui, all these years our Kumo Gakure has been wary of this strongest Hokage of all time, and we've never had the chance to test his strength. However, I have fought with the fourth Hokage, so this old man's strength must be terrifying. Analyze the intelligence carefully later. Chapter 4. Mabui nodded. Once the battle footage appears, I will handle the intelligence gathering. Kerego Cure. Mei Terumi also had. Chojuro prepare to collect intelligence on the third Hokage's battle. At the same time, the Six-Paths Sage watched the situation in Konoha and nodded with satisfaction. This old man, the third of Konoha, is actually so beloved. As expected of the village where the child of prophecy was born, it truly is extraordinary. I didn't expect there to be such a talent. I was careless and should have paid attention sooner. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, Ototo. I remember this is your disciple, right? Senju Tobarama, older brother, that's right. This monkey and Danzo, who was ranked 25th just now, are my proudest disciples. Senju Tobarama's words were filled with pride and satisfaction. Senju Tobarama, older brother, they have all inherited the will of fire and are people who firmly protect Konoha. Senju Hashirama, very good. very good. Uchiha Madara, humph. Disciples taught by Tobirama likely don't use clean methods either.
After Uchiha Madara finished speaking, he let out a disdainful sneer.
Senju Tobirama, you're just green with envy. Uchiha Madara did not continue to argue, as it was meaningless.
Instead, members of the Uchiha clan kept popping up. Uchiha Huayuan, Shodai, first, Sama, our clan has always been plotted against and suppressed by that hypocritical fellow, the third.
He is no good.
Uchiha Lingling, that's right, all the dangerous jobs were ours, and there were no benefits at all.
Uchiha Arguzi, beep 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 beep, Uchiha Yenju, beep 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 beep, Uchiha Fugaku, hello, ancestors. I am the last leader of the Uchiha clan. The reason I know I am the last leader is that the Uchiha clan was plotted against by the third and Danzo working together, resulting in a clan massacre. Though, it was Itachi who did the deed. Fugaku kept those words to himself. Seeing almost all the Uchiha clan members coming out to denounce the evil deeds of the third and Danzo, the entire Pure Land was stunned. Is this even human? Senju Hashirama. I never imagined the third was like this. These methods are far too dirty. Senju Tobirama, older brother, don't be fooled. The reason Monkey and Danzo did this must be because the naturally evil Uchiha race did something outrageous. It was common knowledge that Senju Tobirama had always targeted the Uchiha clan. Before the Uchiha clan could retort, members of the Senju clan appeared. Senju Dalong, Naidame-sama, you don't know the half of it. Since you and Shodai-sama passed away, our Senju clan hasn't had it easy either. Senju Shower, yes, whether openly or in the shadows, our Senju clan has been suppressed by the third and Danzo. Senju Piku, I died a miserable death. I was framed with a baseless accusation and assassinated without even being given a chance to explain. Senju Qianguan, now, except for Princess Tsunade, our clan has been reunited here. After hearing the complaints from the Senju clan, both Senju Hashirama and Senju Tobirama fell silent. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Tobirama. This is the hope you spoke of that inherited the will of fire. Truly remarkable. Faced with Uchiha Madara's blatant mockery, even Senju Tobirama was speechless at this moment. When the third and Danzo dealt with the Uchiha clan, he could still claim the Uchiha were an evil race that was causing trouble again. But what about his own Senju clan? Learning all this, a string of black lines appeared on the Six Paths sage's forehead. He thought he had discovered a talent, but he never expected him to be such a hypocritical and cunning scoundrel. Boom! Finally, under everyone's anticipation, the scroll once again erupted with golden light. A massive screen appeared in front of the scroll. Just like the scroll, no matter where they were, even the fourth Hokage and Uzumaki Kushina inside the Shinigami's stomach through the Reaper Death Seal, they could see the screen clearly. Everyone looked toward the screen. And on the screen, images finally began to appear. Chapter 6. The location on the screen is exactly where Hiruzen Sarutobi is currently, the final venue of the Chunin exams. The scene is one of total chaos. After seeing the images, everyone in Konoha was completely bewildered. Is this a scene from the future? The Sunigakure ninjas present all felt a sense of dread. They never expected that the list would show future footage. That would mean their plan was about to be exposed. Quick! We must find a way to rediscuss the plan with Kazekage-sama. Also, everyone, prepare for battle immediately and stay alert for the Konoha ninja around you. On the screen, the Kazekage hijacked the third Hokage. After a few words between the Kazekage and the third Hokage, the Kazekage admitted he was Orochimaru. At this moment, the entire ninja world was stunned. The most bewildered, naturally, was Sunigakure. Oh my god! That's Konoha's Orochimaru, so where is our Kazekage-sama? These aren't the plans of the real Kazekage, have we been tricked? Karegakure. May Terumia's beautiful eyes widened. If Orochimaru hadn't admitted it himself, she would never have imagined the Kazekage was Orochimaru in disguise. Kumo Gokure. Fourth Raikage eyebrow furrowed.
Although that's a scene from the future, given the miraculous nature of that scroll, it is clearly real.
In other words, the Kazekage sitting with Hiruzen Sarutobi right now is actually Orochimaru. Iwagu Cure. Anoki, now this is going to be a good show.
Since the scroll revealed such future footage,
conflict is bound to break out between Konoha Village and Sunigakure.
When that happens, Iwagakure can naturally sit back and reap the rewards.
Konoha.
Hiruzen Sarutobi immediately stood up, his body flickering as he maintained a relatively safe distance from Orochimaru.
Although Orochimaru was his student, he knew that Orochimaru's strength was absolutely not to be underestimated. Everyone present looked at Orochimaru with strange expressions. Seeing himself being publicly
exposed, Orochimaru was panicked inside, but his expression remained unchanged.
He said calmly, "Isn't everyone curious about what happens next? Since I've already been exposed, why don't we all finish watching before settling this?"
No one dared to act rashly, so they decided to continue watching together.
Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, what's this? Orochimaru calls the third monkey sensei? It looks like he's the third's disciple. Where did the real Kazekage go? Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Do you even need to ask? The real Kazekage probably kicked the bucket. Senju Tobarama, no way. He's a Kazekage, after all. Killed just like that by monkey student? Uzumaki Mito, it seems Sunigakure is getting worse and worse. Raza, fine. I admit it, I've already kicked the bucket. I was taken out by Orochimaru in a sneak attack.
Fourth Kazekage Raza had no choice but to speak out in embarrassment and anger. Since Raza could communicate with others in the Pure Land, it directly confirmed that he had been killed by Orochimaru.
Third Raikage, ha 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 ha. This old man is dying of laughter. To think the Grand Kazekage of Sunigakure was killed without anyone even knowing. Raza was suddenly annoyed but couldn't refute it, after all, it was the truth.
The third Hokage and Orochimaru begin to fight.
The two use ninjutsu to test each other's attacks. Anoki? Grandma Chio? Mei Terumi? Pain? Deidara? This is the strongest Hokage of all time? This is it?
The screen view zooms out, showing several ANBU members standing outside the barrier.
ANBU member 1 looks at the third Hokage fighting Orochimaru, eyes full of admiration. Sandaime-sama truly is the strongest Hokage. ANBU member 2, yeah. This battle awareness, this ninjutsu, it's simply amazing.
ANBU member 3, with the strongest Hokage making a move, everyone needn't worry, we're sure to win.
After hearing the conversation between the ANBU members on screen, the Kages of each village and the
members of the Akatsuki organization all had question marks on their faces.
Chapter 5 Anoki, is this all there is to Konoha's strongest Hokage of all time?
Grandma Chio, it seems we were all intimidated by the title of strongest Hokage of all time before.
Land of Rain, Akatsuki Organization Base. Haiden, Kakuzu, didn't you say you fought 300 rounds with the first back in the day? How strong was the first Hokage?
Kakuzu recalled the scene where he threw a shuriken at the first's clone from 800 miles away and then turned tail and ran. He felt incredibly embarrassed, but telling the truth would be even more humiliating. So he nodded with feigned composure, he was alright.
Toby, wow. Kakuzu-sama actually fought with the god of shinobi, Shodai-sama. That's simply amazing. Deidara, so this is all Konoha's strongest Hokage of all time amounts to. Sasori, heh.
It seems taking the nine-tailed will be as easy as reaching into a bag to grab something. Except for Uchiha Itachi, Pain, and Konan, the rest of the Akatsuki organization were all mocking Hiruzen Sarutobi's strength.
Pure Land. Uchiha Madara, strongest Hokage? Tobarama, your disciple is so strong.
I'm getting scared just watching, haha.
Uchiha Madara's words were full of mockery. Senju Hashirama, I'm actually not the strongest Hokage? Ototo, was this strongest Hokage title something you granted? Senju Tobarama, brother, I don't know. Brother.
After watching the battle between Hiruzen Sarutobi and Orochimaru, Senju Tobirama felt like all his dignity had been lost. Uchiha Madara, TSK, who exactly granted this strongest Hokage of all time title? Fish Leong? Chapter 7. As the footage continued, everyone's attention was drawn back once again. The third and Orochimaru have already exchanged several rounds, but both are still using ordinary ninjutsu to test each other. Even so, the ordinary ninjas and villagers were still watching with boiling blood. As expected. Of the strongest Hokage, Sandaime-sama. I must become a Hokage, to become a powerful existence like Sandaime-sama. In the Chunin exam arena, Naruto looked at the third in the footage with a face full of admiration. The footage continued. The two exchanged a dozen more rounds, then Orochimaru suddenly retreated, all the way to the edge of the barrier. After standing still, Orochimaru spoke with a very eerie smile. As expected of my teacher, even though you're up there in years, your strength is still so great. The third gave a cold snort and didn't reply, maintaining a masterly air. The smile on Orochimaru's face froze, and he spoke coldly, then, let me try out my forbidden technique. Orochimaru's hands began to form seals rapidly. Forbidden technique. Edo Tensei. As Orochimaru used the forbidden technique Edo Tensei, two coffins slowly rose in front of him, and there seemed to be a third coffin. At that moment, the third suddenly acted, pushing back the third coffin that was about to appear. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, Ototo, I remember Edo Tensei was a ninjutsu you developed. When did it become that Orochimaru's? Senju Tobirama, brother. Don't speak, just wait for Orochimaru to come to the Pure Land. Konoha, Chunin exam arena. Orochimaru, who was still sitting there feigning composure, felt a chill down his spine, as if he were being watched by some terrifying existence. The footage continued. Seeing the third coffin blocked, Orochimaru wasn't in a hurry and opened the two summoned coffins. As the coffins were opened, people in both the living world and the Pure Land clearly saw the people resurrected by Edo Tensei inside. For a moment, the entire ninja world and the Pure Land were plunged into shock. Especially in the Pure Land, almost everyone lost their composure. Because the people resurrected by Edo Tensei in the two coffins were actually first Hokage Senju Hashirama, second Hokage Senju Tobirama. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, Ototo, when you make a move on Orochimaru, I must stop you, I want to do it personally. Senju Tobirama, not only did Orochimaru shamelessly claim my forbidden technique as his own, he actually dared to use me as an Edo Tensei target. Uchiha Madara, ha ha ha. Tobirama, you're really something, getting controlled by your own forbidden technique. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama and you have both been resurrected by Edo Tensei, it looks like your student is in danger, and even Konoha might be wiped out. Karego Cure. I didn't expect to see the legendary god of shinobi take action. After seeing the first Hokage and second Hokage resurrected by Edo Tensei, Mei Terumi was first shocked, then full of anticipation. Hidden Sand Village. I didn't think much of Edo Tensei at first, but I didn't expect even the god of shinobi could be summoned. Grandma Chiyo's eyes were full of surprise. Kumo Gokure. The god of shinobi? It looks like I'll get to see the legendary would release. Fourth Raikage I wasn't very shocked, instead, he was quite excited. Iwagakure. I didn't expect that in my lifetime, I would see Hashirama-sama and Tobirama-sama again. Anoki's eyes were full of the vicissitudes of time and nostalgia. Land of Rain, Akatsuki Organization Base. Deidara, the first and second? These two are both legendary ninjas, I wonder if they're just as overrated as the third. Sasori, whether they're fakes or not, we'll know after watching the battle in a bit. If they're fakes too, then taking the nine-tailed will be as easy as reaching into a bag. Uchiha Itachi hesitated to speak. Pain's brow furrowed. Orochimaru was originally a member of Akatsuki, but he had already defected. Konoha. Oh my god, Shodai-sama and Nidaime-sama were actually summoned by that traitor Orochimaru. Luckily, we have the strongest Sandaime-sama. That's right, with the strongest Hokage Sandaime-sama here, even if the first and second team up, we won't lose.
Go for it, Sandaime-sama. The village is counting on you for protection.
The ordinary ninjas and villagers of Konoha were all cheering for the third in the footage. As for Hiruzen Sarutobi himself, his face was as ugly as it could be at this moment. He knew long ago that Orochimaru would launch a plan, but he never expected Orochimaru would use Edo Tensei, and the people summoned would be the first and second. The footage showed things that were about to happen in the future, so he was also curious about what the outcome of the battle would be. Whether he won or lost. Whether Konoha was protected or destroyed. Fortunately, knowing in advance that Orochimaru would use Edo Tensei, he had already decided to prevent Orochimaru from using Edo Tensei no matter what. The footage continued.
Senju Hashirama and Senju Tobirama walked out of the coffins, and after a brief dialogue, the two were controlled by Orochimaru.
Chapter 8 Senju Hashirama expressionlessly began to form seals, and his first move was the wood release that only he knows.
As Senju Hashirama used wood release, large trees grew on the roof covered by the four violet flames formation, completely covering it. The footage zoomed out again, showing those few Umbu ninjas from before. ANBU member 1, so this is the legendary wood release. My god, it's too terrifying. ANBU member 2, as expected of the god of shinobi, this wood release attack is indeed terrifyingly powerful. ANBU member 3, luckily, the one fighting him is Sandaime-sama.
I'm afraid the only one who can block such a terrifying attack is Sandaime-sama.
ANBU member 1, that's right, Sandaime-sama is the strongest Hokage of all time. Even if Shodai-sama and Nidaime-sama team up, they are definitely no match for Sandaime-sama. Hidden Sand Village. Is that wood release really as terrifying as the Umbu ninja in the footage said? Is it because I'm not there in person?
Grandma Chio was somewhat puzzled.
Kerego Cure. The gap between the legendary ninja and what I imagined is quite large.
Mei Terumi blinked her beautiful eyes and then shook her head.
Kumo go Cure. Oh man, this is killing me.
So Hiruzen Sarutobi really is the strongest Hokage of all time, and the first, who was called the god of shinobi, is actually this week. Fourth Raikage laughter echoed through the village, while Mabui, standing nearby, covered her ears in distaste.
Iwagu Cure. Such weak wood release? This is definitely not Senju Hashirama's true strength. Is it because of Edo Tensei?
Having witnessed some of Uchiha Madara's strength, Anoki still had a lot of authority on the subject.
Kuratsuchi, Grandpa, what is the true power of Senju Hashirama's wood release? Anoki, even Senju Hashirama's weakest deep forest emergence should be able to cover the entire Konoha. Hiss. Kuratsuchi took a sharp breath upon hearing this. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, I'm literally going to cough up blood from anger. Senju Hashirama was speaking the truth. Because his wood release, even with a casual move, could cover the entire Konoha village. In the end, he in the footage only covered most of a roof. Chapter 6 and those idiot ninjas in the footage are still in shock? Acting terrified? The more they praise him, the more it feels like a slap in the face. Senju Tobirama, Nissan, don't be angry. We all know that wasn't your real strength. Uzumaki Nido, husband, when did you become so weak? Uchiha Izuna, Hashirama has become so weak. Nissan, have you become weak too? Senju Hashirama, Izuna, watch your words. I already said that wasn't my real strength. Uchiha Madara, I can't watch this anymore. This is an insult to me as well. Once I am resurrected, I will definitely scatter Orochimaru's ashes. Uchiha Madara was the person who understood Senju Hashirama's strength best, that was an existence that even slightly suppressed him. Future generations always compared him with Senju Hashirama, even calling both of them the god of shinobi together. Now that Senju Hashirama's trashy ninjutsu was being praised as terrifying, didn't he, who fought against Senju Hashirama, lose face as well? Senju Tobirama, Nissan, the images appearing are things that will happen in the near future. In other words, Orochimaru is about to summon us. Senju Hashirama, it seems so. Ototo, do you have a way to break free from the control of the Edo Tensei? Senju Tobarama, don't worry, Nisan. Let me prepare. I will definitely give that hateful fellow Orochimaru a surprise. After Senju Tobarama finished speaking, he really went to prepare. Edo Tensei was a forbidden technique he developed, he understood it better than anyone. As long as he prepared in advance, it wouldn't be difficult for him to escape Orochimaru's control after being reincarnated. The footage continued. After Senju Hashirama made his move, Senju Tobarama followed suit immediately. Senju Tobarama used water release. Water formation wall. In an instant, the four violet flames formation was filled with water. The camera view shifted to the ANBU members. ANBU member 1's eyes were full of shock. What a strong water release. As expected of the third Sama's teacher. ANBU member 2 was equally shocked. Yeah, the third Sama said that only the Nidaime Sama is qualified to be compared with him. ANBU member 3, but the Nidaime Sama is only qualified for comparison. Although he's a bit troublesome, he's simply no match for the third Sama. All the ANBU members agreed with this. In their hearts, neither the first nor the second was a match for Hiruzen Sarutobi. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. After hearing the discussion of these few Anbu ninjas, Hiruzen Sarutobi's old face turned completely red. These were indeed things he had promoted in secret, but he didn't expect to be publicly executed like this. Fortunately, the first and Nidaime Sama were not involved in the execution. Hiruzen Sarutobi, like all living ninjas, did not yet know that people in the Pure Land could also see the scroll. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, Ototo, is your student really that strong? Senju Tobarama, fart. 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 I know that monkey's strength perfectly well. He's strong my ass. Uchiha Izuna, I'm laughing so hard. So Tobarama, you're only qualified to be compared to Hiruzen Sarutobi and aren't his match at all. Uchiha Madara, Ototo, stop laughing. Hiruzen Sarutobi boasting about himself like that clearly belittles me as well. Just wait, I definitely won't let him off. Uchiha Izuna thought about it and realized it was true. He, Uchiha Izuna, had always been inferior to Hashirama and Tobarama. Now that Hashirama and Tobarama's strength was being belittled like that, wouldn't that make him even more of a piece of trash? How could he endure this? Uchiha Izuna, Nisan. Do you think we have a way to be resurrected? I want to kill a few people. Uchiha Madara, among the rewards of the Golden Roll, there might be a resurrection ninjutsu or method. Chapter 9. The footage continued. Summoning technique. Enma, the Monkey King. The third used the summoning technique to call forth Enma, a monkey with an indestructible body. The third began to fight side by side with Enma. Enma not only possessed an indestructible body but could also transform into the adamantine Naya staff. Furthermore, he could coordinate with the third to partially switch forms as needed during battle and even perform hand seals to use ninjutsu. For a moment, the ordinary ninjas and villagers of Konoha were watching with heated excitement. Did you see that? That is our strongest Hokage of all time, the third Sama, and his powerful summoned beast. The third Sama is too incredible. The third Sama will surely win. The look of admiration in Naruto's eyes grew even stronger, thinking that one day he could also possess strength like the third's. Inside the four violet flames formation, as the battle continued, even with Enma summoned, the fight was extremely difficult for the third. Reaper Death Seal. Even after using the Reaper Death Seal, the third was still unable to defeat Orochimaru and could only temporarily maintain the situation. Ultimately, the third had to let the Shinigami behind him swing its scythe, sealing Orochimaru's pair of hands at the cost of his own life. The footage ended there. The entire ninja world was shocked. The so-called strongest Hokage of all time just died like that? And the result was only sealing one pair of Orochimaru's hands. Kumo go Cure. So this is the strongest Hokage of all time, exhausting all his strength and even his life just to finally seal his own disciples' hands?
After watching the footage and learning of Hiruzen Sarutobi's miserable end, fourth Raikage, I couldn't stop laughing while clutching his stomach.
Mabui, Raikage-sama, please mind your image. You're gloating a bit too much. Iwagu Cure. To think that I was actually intimidated by such a person under the title of the strongest Hokage of all time. Anoki's face was grim, clearly unable to accept the fact that Hiruzen Sarutobi could be such trash. Hidden Sand Village. The strength of the strongest Hokage of all time is pitiful, but Orochimaru's strength is indeed not to be underestimated. No wonder he could take out the fourth Kazekage without anyone noticing. Grandma Chiyo's face was solemn. As a member of Sunigakure, she felt a great sense of crisis. Karego Cure. Chojuro, I think I'm stronger than Hiruzen Sarutobi. What do you think? After careful consideration, Mei Terumi reached this conclusion. Chojuro, standing aside, did not answer, his eyes still filled with a sense of wanting more. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, Ototo, that student you took has completely disgraced our Konoha's reputation. Senju Tobarama, Nissan, stop talking. I'm preparing. Not only will I destroy Orochimaru, but I will also clean out the sect. Uchiha Madara, Tobarama, Orochimaru can be considered your grand disciple. In my view, the root of the problem comes from you. Ototo, don't you agree? Uchiha Izuna, Nissan is right. Tobarama, you were blind to take Hiruzen Sarutobi as a student, and Hiruzen Sarutobi was even blinder to take Orochimaru. Uchiha Madara, speaking of which, why didn't we see your other student, Danzo? Uzumaki Mito, that's true. The third Hokage has died in battle, and such a major event happened in Konoha, yet Danzo didn't show up? And I didn't even see a single root ninja. Senju Tobarama, say no more. The number of fellows I need to clean out has increased by 1. Was the person most humiliated by Hiruzen Sarutobi's battle footage the third himself? No. It was Senju Tobarama. At least, that was what Tobarama himself believed. It seems my previous lack of attention toward that old man from the third generation in Konoha was only natural. Such a despicable and shameless, yet so weak fellow, is simply not worthy of my attention. A string of black lines appeared on the Six Paths Sage's head as he complained about himself with hindsight. Konoha. The ordinary ninjas and villagers saw that the strongest Hokage in their hearts had actually lost. And he died miserably. The price of his death was merely sealing the hands of Orochimaru, someone they thought the third could easily kill in a second. This was unacceptable to them, so they collectively stood there in a daze. While the ordinary ninjas and villagers were dazed, the Anbu ninjas were moving quickly into action. The people from Root did not move. Root base. Ha ha ha. That old fellow the third will be killed by Orochimaru? Then my Root doesn't need to act. I only need to sit back and reap the spoils. After seeing Hiruzen Sarutobi's end, Danzo first laughed happily. But soon, he realized these things hadn't happened yet and immediately became enraged. Damn it, damn it. Originally, after the third was killed by Orochimaru, the position of fifth Hokage would definitely have been mine. Those two useless old things, Koharu and Hamura, simply have no qualification or ability to compete for the Hokage position. But because of this damn role, everything has changed now. Without my order, no member of Root is allowed to act without authorization. Chunin Exam Arena. Orochimaru was now completely surrounded by ANBU members. Orochimaru still appeared calm on the surface, not panicking at all, but in his heart, he was extremely flustered. Because although he was confident he could make the list and get rewards, it wasn't his turn yet. Instead, the third and Danzo, who were ranked lower than him, had already obtained rewards and their strength had significantly increased. Ordinary spectator stands. Bai Yan looked at everything happening on the field with a playful expression. I wonder what the first and the others are thinking now after seeing the footage. Others didn't know, but Bai Yan was well aware. The first and the others in the Pure Land could also see the scroll. It would be great if the Golden Roll could reward a chat group. That way, I could put all the ninjas together and watch them tear into each other. It would be endless fun. Chapter 7 Chapter 10 Just as the Yambu were about to take action against Orochimaru, a new name appeared on the Summoning Beast Rankings. Summoning Beast Rankings, 14th place, Katsuyu. Lady Tsunade, you've made the list. Shizune shouted toward the bathroom. Coming. Tsunade walked out wrapped in a bath towel. If any man were here, they would definitely cry out at how huge she was. Just now, she had gone to bathe and burn incense. She prayed that the ranking reward would be a luck boost or the ability to win every gamble, finally washing away her shame and shedding the title of the legendary sucker. Summoner, Tsunade. Reward, Summoner's summoning limit removal. Summoning Katsuyu is no longer restricted by chakra, and the summoned beast's healing ability is increased by 100 times. Congratulations, Lady Tsunade. Shizune was incredibly excited upon seeing the reward Tsunade received. Tsunade, however, collapsed onto the floor in disappointment, not even noticing that her bath towel had slipped off. How can this be? I burned incense and bathed, praying so piously. Why didn't you give me a luck boost? Konoha. That's the legendary Sannin Lady Tsunade. She's a ninja from our Konoha. 4 people from our Konoha have already made the list. Our Konoha really is the strongest. After Tsunade made the list, the ordinary ninjas and villagers of Konoha, who had been somewhat depressed due to Hiruzen Sarutobi's reward footage, became excited once again at this moment. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, oh my god. It's little Tsunade. Mito, Ototo, Madara, look quickly, little Tsunade made the list. I can finally see little Tsunade. I wonder if she's grown up. Senju Tobarama, older brother, stay calm. So many people are watching. It's only 14th place, don't act so embarrassingly, older brother. Uzumaki Mito, good job, little Tsunade. As expected of mine and my Hashirama's granddaughter. Uchiha Madara, Tisk, what's the big deal? She's only number 14. Uchiha Madara, who had forcibly signed a contract with the Nine-Tailed, was certain to be number 1 on the list. Uzumaki Mito, heh. A certain single dog is jealous. Uchiha Madara, humph, I can't be bothered to talk to a woman with no foresight like you. For some reason, Uchiha Madara felt a slight sting in his heart. The thought of Senju Hashirama having a granddaughter with another woman made him feel inexplicably annoyed. You should know. Back then, to stop Senju Hashirama from getting married, he had personally tried to pursue Uzumaki Mito, only to fail. Uzumaki Mito, Madara, who are you calling short-sighted? Have you forgotten how you pursued me back then? Raza, holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Lord Madara pursued Lady Mito? Third Raikage, is that true? Did I hear that right? Lord Madara, come out and refute it quickly. Second Mizukage, eating popcorn now. Tastes good. Uchiha Izuna, is it true? Older brother, don't you love me the most? Older brother, I'm so heartbroken, older brother. Why older brother? After Uzumaki Mito's revelation, everyone in the Pure Land came out to gossip. Uchiha Madara, who everyone thought would jump up to refute it, actually chose silence. Which meant Uchiha Madara had admitted it by default. Konoha. Upon learning of Tsunade's reward, Orochimaru's expression changed slightly. As one of the 3 Sannin himself, he was very clear about the strength of Tsunade and Katsuyu. The Katsuyu that Tsunade had summoned before was only a tiny fraction of the real Katsuyu. Now that the summoning restriction was removed, it meant Tsunade could summon Katsuyu's complete form. The scroll burst into golden light once again. The large screen that had appeared before showed up on the scroll again. In other words, the footage of Tsunade using her summoned beast to fight was about to appear. Kage Power. The strongest Hokage of all time just had his reputation ruined. I wonder if Tsunade, one of the 3 legendary Sannin of Konoha, will also have hers ruined. Mei Terumi had the expression of someone watching a drama, clearly hoping Tsunade would also fail. Somewhere else. Tsunade? I haven't seen her in a long time. How nostalgic. Jiraiya put away a book with a yellow cover. The footage began. Inside a certain izakaya, Tsunade sat at a table with a drunken face. Boss, another bottle. Tsunade looked like she was drowning her sorrows in alcohol. Standing beside her was Shizune, looking worried but helpless. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, oh my god, look quickly. Little Tsunade, it's little Tsunade, she really has grown up. And she's so big, that's just wonderful. Uzumaki Mito, yes, our little Tsunade has grown up. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. So many years have passed, it would be abnormal if she hadn't grown up, okay? Uchiha. Izuna, older brother. Older brother. Let's not lower ourselves to the level of a fool. Older brother. Uchiha Madara, Ototo. You're right to remind me. We won't lower ourselves to the level of a fool. Uzumaki Mito, oh my. Where is that sour smell coming from? It's so sour. Oh, it turns out to be a certain single dog. Konoha. Rock Lee, this is the legendary Lady Tsunade? Sakura, Lady Tsunade looks so young. Hinata, and she's so beautiful. I'm so envious. Naruto, Lady Tsunade must be very powerful. One day I'll become a master like the Sannin and then become Hokage. Sasuke sized up Tsunade curiously for a few moments without speaking, instead wondering in his heart who was stronger between Tsunade and Orochimaru. Tisk, based on age, Lady Tsunade is already in her 50s. No matter how good she looks, she's still an old hag. Shikamaru had an expression of having seen through everything, appearing a level above the other members of the 12 genin. Karegakure. Humph. An old auntie trying to look young, how shameless. Mei Terumi looked at Tsunade on the screen with great displeasure. Tsunade was clearly in her 50s, yet she looked so young and beautiful, and she was even bigger than her. This made her, who had always been very confident in her own looks and figure, extremely annoyed. The footage continued. Jiraiya walked into the izakaya with Naruto. Chapter 11. Jiraiya and Tsunade's eyes met, and the two of them completed a gaze that seemed to freeze the frame. After both were stunned for a moment, Jiraiya excitedly pointed at Tsunade and said, Tsunade. Next to a bewildered Shizune, Tsunade also stood up excitedly, her hands braced on the table. Jiraiya. Why are you here? Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Naruto looked at the screen with a face full of confusion. He actually appeared in the footage, and he was together with the pervy sage. He clearly hadn't experienced these things yet, which meant this was also future footage. Naruto. Hinata's face turned red as she softly called Naruto's name while looking at him on the screen. Sasuke, Naruto, what are you doing at an izakaya? Naruto, how should I know? I've never been to a place like that. Sakura, Naruto, you've gone bad. But why are you with that pervy old man and meeting Lady Tsunade? Naruto, I said I don't know. Shikamaru, this is footage of Lady Tsunade using her summoned beast to fight, and Lord Jiraiya has also appeared. That means, Inazuka Kiba, means what? Shikamaru, stop keeping us in suspense and just say it. Shikamaru, it means Naruto was also involved in the battle that's about to happen. Hearing Shikamaru's words, the Konoha 12 genin all looked toward Naruto. Most of their eyes were filled with incomprehension and doubt, while only Hinata's eyes were full of worry. Hinata thought to herself, is Naruto going to participate in such a terrifying battle? Nothing bad will happen, right? Inside the stomach of the Reaper Death Seal's Shinigami. Husband. Husband. Look. Look at that child. The child next to Master Jiraiya. He looks so much like you and me, and he feels so familiar. Do you think, could this be Naruto? After seeing Naruto on the screen, Uzumaki Kushina excitedly grabbed the fourth Hokage and asked. Don't be nervous, dear. Trust your judgment. I think that is our child, Naruto. Minato Namikaze replied with a smile. Compared to the incredibly excited Uzumaki Kushina, he appeared much calmer. That's wonderful. I finally get to see Naruto. Tears flickered in Uzumaki Kushina's eyes as she looked at Naruto on the screen with an earnest expression. Chapter 8. The footage continued. I finally found you. This journey has exhausted me, Jiraiya said as he sat down beside Tsunade. The scene shifted to Naruto's perspective. Naruto looked at Tsunade with a shocked expression. This big sister is Tsunade? Naruto looked at Tsunade's face, which clearly didn't match. Her age, is she really 50 years old? Naruto then looked at Tsunade's massive chest. This is clearly a scam. Chunin Exam Arena. When the footage froze at a certain spot, Bai Yan couldn't help but take a few extra looks. Hubby, does it look good? Ayam asked as she pinched the flesh on Bai Yan's thigh. No, it's not as good looking as you, wife. Ayam snorted coldly before letting go of Bai Yan. As expected of my disciple. Well done. Jiraiya, who was rushing toward the Konoha exam arena, couldn't help but reveal a peculiar smile after seeing Naruto's performance in the footage. Inside the belly of the Shinigami, within the Reaper Death Seal. Our Naruto has really grown up. Uzumaki Kushina wiped her tears and sighed wordlessly. Yeah. Not only has Naruto grown up, but he also looks healthy. Minato Namikaze pulled Uzumaki Kushina into his arms. As expected of Ashura, well done. The Six-Path Sage couldn't help but take a few extra looks while also sighing in admiration. In the living world, with Tsunade. Damn it! Where is that kid looking? Tsunade looked down and realized that her bath towel had slipped at some point. The footage continued. Naruto also came over and sat down. Shizen thought to herself, I didn't expect to see the other two of the Sannin in a single day. Tsunade downed another cup, her face flushed from the alcohol. It seems today really is a day for meeting old friends. Jiraiya helped refill Tsunade's cup. It seems you also met Orochimaru today. What happened? Just said hello. As Tsunade spoke, she pulled a deck of cards from her cleavage and shuffled them. Iwagu Cure. Even through the screen, I can practically smell how fragrant that deck of cards is. Grandpa, what are you saying? Cough, cough. Anoki's old face turned red. Kumo go cure. I want that deck of cards. Mabui, why are you looking at me like that? Think about it, cards kept in a place like that by Tsunade definitely aren't ordinary. Fourth Raikage, I said solemnly. Many ninjas wanted that deck of cards. There were also more serious ninjas who speculated that the deck was definitely special, perhaps some powerful ninja tool. Kerego Cure. Humph. Still causing a scene at her age. This is just grandstanding. As a woman myself, I feel ashamed. Although Mei Terumi said this, she was thinking to herself. Should she also put a deck of cards or something else in her cleavage? That way, when she makes it onto the rankings, she could pull something out too. Shizen, from now on, you'll keep my cards for me. After seeing her own behavior in the footage, Tsunade made this difficult decision. The footage continued. Tsunade placed the cards on the table, and Jiraiya cooperatively moved the food plates aside. Jiraiya, speak up. Why are you looking for me this time? Jiraiya didn't rush to answer. Instead, he picked up the cards on the table and shuffled them. At that moment, the deck was revealed. It was just an ordinary deck of poker cards. Chapter 12. It really is just ordinary poker cards. The ninjas who had speculated the deck was special were now completely speechless. Why would anyone keep ordinary poker cards in such a private place? Pure land. Senju Hashirama, I'm really sorry. Little Tsunade was always by my side when she was a child, and I spoiled her. She accidentally picked up my gambling habit, haha. Seeing Tsunade preparing to draw cards so skillfully, Hashirama scratched his head and laughed embarrassedly. Uzumaki Mito, if you're so embarrassed, then what the hell are you laughing for? Senju Tobarama, brother, don't air our older brother in public.
The ninjas in the Pure Land who had lived through the era of the three Sannin didn't dare to speak up. However, they were all complaining in their hearts. Who would have thought that the root of gambling in Konoha's three vices trio lay with the first Hokage? However, everyone was immediately stunned. It wasn't just the people in the Pure Land who were dazed. The entire living ninja world was no exception. They were stunned because of a single sentence from Jiraiya in the footage. Jiraiya said with rare solemnity, "Tsunade, the village requests that you succeed as the fifth Hokage." Shizune and Tsunade were clearly stunned after hearing this. Naruto, who was eating fish nearby, was so shocked that a fishbone got stuck in his throat. After all, Tsunade was one of the three Sannin. After a brief moment of daze, she quickly snapped out of it and began dealing the cards. Inside the belly of the Shinigami, within the Reaper Death Seal. "Hubby, Naruto will be okay, right?" Uzumaki Kushina nervously clutched the fourth Hokage beside her. "Wife, don't worry. Lady Tsunade is there, he'll be fine." Minato Namikaze was actually very worried about Naruto as well. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Naruto-kun. Hinata clutched the hem of her clothes tightly out of concern for Naruto. "Naruto, you're still as careless as ever." Iruka scolded him verbally, but in his heart, he was worried for Naruto. Of all the students he had taught, Naruto was the one he worried about the most. "Korina Yuhi, Tsunade is the fifth Hokage? Might Guy, does our Konoha have a female Hokage now? This is youth." Inazuka Kiba, even though Tsunade is one of the three Sannin, she seems a bit unreliable. Sakura, if only I could become Lady Tsunade's apprentice. Sasuke, is the fifth Hokage Tsunade one of the three Sannin? Sasuke lowered his head, his thoughts unknown. Rude base. Koharu. Hamura. You two old geezers, just you wait. Danzo smashed the table in rage, frightening the nearby root members into backing away. Danzo never expected that even without the influence of the rankings, he still wouldn't have become the fifth Hokage even after the third Hokage was killed by Orochimaru. Kumo go cure. Ha ha ha. Has Konoha run out of successors? To think they'd find such a drunkard and gambler to be the fifth Hokage. Fourth Raikage, I had never laughed so happily. The drama from Konoha was truly non-stop. Lord Raikage, I'll go gather information on Tsunade right away. Mabui said and then walked out. Since Tsunade might become the fifth Hokage of Konoha, it was necessary to obtain detailed information in advance. Iwagu cure. After the first and second, it seems Konoha has been declining with each generation. Having lived through the eras of Hashirama and Tobirama, Anoki felt sincere pity for Konoha. Chapter 9 Grandfather, do you need information on Senju Tsunade? Let's finish watching the screen first. Perhaps there's a twist later, she might not necessarily be the fifth Hokage. Hidden Sand Village. Tsunade, one of the three Sannin? Grandma Chio fell into deep thought. She had received too many revelations today and couldn't process them all at once. Kerego Cure. Tsunade. To think a woman like you could actually become Hokage. Mei Terumi clenched her fists, clearly very dissatisfied with this. As for current female Kage, one of her was enough. Pure Land. Senju Hashirama, little Tsunade? Hokage? Leaving the village to her, will it really be okay? Senju Hashirama was so shocked his jaw nearly dropped. Uzumaki Mito, husband, have a little confidence in our granddaughter. Uzumaki Mito spoke with a clear lack of confidence. She shared a part of the blame for Tsunade being spoiled, after all. Uchiha Madara, ha ha ha. Hashirama. It seems Konoha ends here, it's going to be completely finished. Uchiha Madara laughed very happily. Uzumaki Mito, Madara. Are you, a single dog, looking down on mine and Hashirama's granddaughter? For some reason, hearing the words Hashirama's granddaughter made Uchiha Madara suddenly less happy. The screen continued. Naruto struggled to spit out a fish bone, looking completely bewildered. Fifth Hokage? What on earth is going on?
Jiraiya, Tsunade, the third, he. Shizen's expression changed, so the rumors were true. The third really, upon learning of the third's death, Tsunade wasn't that shocked and appeared very calm. Tsunade, Orochimaru did it, right? I heard it from his own mouth. When everyone saw this, they weren't overly surprised. After all, during Hiruzen Sarutobi's screen earlier, everyone already knew about this matter. Chapter 13 Naruto on the screen was currently looking bewildered. Orochimaru did it? That's the guy who killed Grandpa Third? Naruto spoke angrily after a moment of confusion. Then Naruto looked at Jiraiya again. What kind of guy is Orochimaru? Jiraiya, Orochimaru is like us, another one of the three Sannin. Upon learning that Orochimaru was actually one of the three Sannin, Naruto was very confused. Nanda. The three Sannin are all Konoha ninja, right? But Nanda, Tsunade, who was looking at her cards, found Naruto's chattering annoying and asked irritably, "Who is this brat?" Jiraiya, he is Uzumaki Naruto. Tsunade looked at Naruto with a shocked face, her heart filled with surprise. This brat is the Ninetales Jinchuriki? Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Damn it. Even if it's Lady Tsunade, treating my Naruto like that is too much. Uzumaki Kushina clenched her fists in anger. Feeling immensely indebted to Naruto, she was naturally extremely protective of her cub. Whoever dared to bully or look down on Naruto, she would dare to confront them. Calm down, wife, but Lady Tsunade's gaze toward Naruto was indeed a bit much. After Tsunade learned of Naruto's identity, the look in her eyes was clearly not the look of someone seeing his son. Could it be? Lady Tsunade doesn't know Naruto is my son? Hidden Sand Village. Grandma Chio, is that guy the Ninetales Jinchuriki? His state looks completely different from Gaara's. Kumo go cure. Fourth Raikage, Konoha's Ninetales Jinchuriki looks so weak. He's far inferior to my B. Iwago cure. Anoki, that brat is actually the Ninetales Jinchuriki. Kuratsuchi, grandfather, according to the latest intelligence, the Hidden Sand Village's Ichibi Jinchuriki is also in Konoha right now. Anoki, something happened to the fourth Kazekage, and the Hidden Sand Ninjas were used by Orochimaru. Now that the Hidden Sand Village knows, it seems there will be a good show once the Summoning Beast rankings end. Kerego Cure. Mei Terumi had no interest in Naruto, she had been staring resentfully at her lifelong rival, Tsunade. The screen continued. Naruto was very displeased to see his words interrupted. After complaining for a bit, he first condemned Jiraiya for ignoring Orochimaru's evil deeds. Then, Naruto pointed at Tsunade with great dissatisfaction. And, what's the deal with having this kind of person be Hokage? Jiraiya, Naruto, be quiet. Naruto sat down obediently. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Husband, did you see? Naruto acted so cool just now. Uzumaki Kushina was very satisfied with Naruto's performance just now. Minato Namake's, Naruto, as expected of my son. In Minato Namake's eyes, although Naruto's current strength was weak, other aspects made him very satisfied. Chunin Exam Arena. Naruto-kun. Blushes bloomed on Hinata's face. Sakura, that Naruto. He's really being disrespectful in front of Lady Tsunade. Sasuke, stuck-up guy. Shikamaru picked his ear, Naruto is as noisy as ever. Gaara, Ninetales, ha. Also being a Jinchuriki, Gaara felt Naruto's mental state was completely different from his own. Jiraiya, Tsunade, the village has already decided to have you succeed as the fifth Hokage. What is your decision? Tsunade didn't rush to answer, but narrowed her eyes, remembering what Orochimaru said to her when she saw him today. Orochimaru, Tsunade, as long as you cooperate with me, I can revive the man you love deeply, and this time we can definitely destroy Konoha. Kumo go cure. Fourth Raikage, ha. Konoha is really finished this time. One of the three Sannin idols around all day, one wants to destroy Konoha, and the one about to succeed as Hokage might actually cooperate with the one who wants to destroy Konoha. Iwago cure. Anoki, it seems that even without us taking action, Konoha is finished. Hidden Sand Village. Grandma Chiyo, Tsunade, who was about to succeed as the 5th Hokage, is actually going to join forces with Orochimaru to destroy Konoha? Kerega Cure. Ha ha ha.
I said a woman like Tsunade is simply not worthy of being a Kage alongside me. Now that her plan to cooperate with Orochimaru is exposed, Konoha's 5th Hokage will have to change.
Konoha.
Orochimaru licked his lips.
Cooperating with Tsunade? That really is something he would do.
Hiruzen Sarutobi's brow was furrowed tightly. The situation was getting more and more serious.
Root base. Danzo kept slamming the table, this time not in anger but in excitement. Koharu, Hamura. Now you two old fogies surely won't choose Tsunade as the 5th Hokage after that old fellow the 3rd died.
In that case, the position of 5th Hokage must be mine.
Pure land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. See that? Your granddaughter is going to destroy Konoha together with Orochimaru. Senju Hashirama, Madara. Tsunade hasn't agreed to Orochimaru yet. I think she will definitely refuse Orochimaru and inherit my will of fire to protect Konoha. Senju Hashirama felt a bit guilty as he said this. After all, it was Tsunade. No matter how ridiculous the thing she did, it was possible. Uchiha Madara, Madara. How about we make a bet? Senju Hashirama, Hashirama. Bet on what? Uchiha Madara, Madara. Let's bet on whether Tsunade will cooperate with Orochimaru. If I win, you will leave Uzumaki Nido. Chapter 14 Senju Hashirama, Hashirama. What if I win? Uzumaki Mito, Hashirama. You're really going to bet on this with Madara? Senju Hashirama, wife, you have to believe in our granddaughter.
Uchiha Madara, if I lose, after I'm resurrected, I'll help resurrect you as well.
Chapter 10 Since they are to be resurrected, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama must be kept intact. After thinking for a while, Tsunade gave her answer, I refuse.
Jiraiya immediately retorted, while Naruto on the side felt like his brain couldn't keep up.
Naruto, pervy sage, what is going on? When we left, didn't we agree to bring her back to treat Kakashi-sensei and Sasuke?
How did it turn into bringing her back to be the Hokage, and she even refused?
Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Naruto is following Lord Jiraiya to find Lady Tsunade to treat my injuries? Could it be that in the upcoming chaos, I will suffer a serious injury that ordinary medical ninjas cannot treat? Kakashi adjusted his eye mask.
Now that I have received the ranking reward, since I know it in advance, as long as I act carefully,
I should be able to avoid injury.
I also need to protect Sasuke, who will also be seriously injured. It seems I will be seriously injured soon. Sasuke's expression was solemn. He became even more eager to improve his strength.
Sasuke, don't worry, I will protect you.
Sakura came to Sasuke's side and wanted to hold his hand, but Sasuke shook her off.
I acknowledge Sasuke's strength, and if even he gets seriously injured, I don't know what will happen to us.
Shikamaru began to worry. Choji comforted him from the side. Shikamaru, stop worrying blindly.
Look at Naruto, that dead last, isn't he fine?
The screen continues.
Jiraiya told Naruto to calm down, then said that only Tsunade was qualified to succeed as the 5th Hokage. Then Jiraiya began to recount Tsunade's achievements.
In the terrifying era of the Great War, Tsunade made outstanding contributions to Konoha's victory. In terms of combat and medical skills, until now, no one can compare to Tsunade.
Furthermore, Tsunade is the 1st Hokage's granddaughter.
Therefore, no one is more suitable to be the 5th Hokage than Tsunade. Immediately after, Jiraiya told Naruto that as long as Tsunade returned to be the Hokage, she would naturally help treat Kakashi and Sasuke.
Hearing Jiraiya's words on the screen, those who thought Tsunade was unreliable finally remembered something they had overlooked.
No matter how unreliable Tsunade looks now, her previous title of Sannin is resounding. My grandfather lived through the Sannin era, and I often heard him talk about the terror of the Sannin. It shouldn't be fake.
But Tsunade is actually the first Hokage's granddaughter? Heavens! Then she really is suitable to be the fifth Hokage. But Tsunade has already refused. I wonder who the future fifth Hokage will be. Pure land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Come out. Senju Hashirama, Madara. What are you rushing for? Tsunade just refused to become the Hokage, but she hasn't agreed to cooperate with Orochimaru yet. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. It seems you won't shed tears until you see the coffin. Just prepare to leave that fierce woman, Mito. Uzumaki Mito, Madara. Are you looking for a beating? Konoha, root base. Seeing Tsunade refuse to become the Hokage, Danzo didn't know whether to be happy or angry for a moment. He was happy because it looked like Tsunade wouldn't compete with him for the Hokage position. He was angry because Tsunade had refused the Hokage position he had coveted for most of his life. The screen continues. Tsunade, Jiraiya, this student is different from your previous students. Whether it's eloquence or intelligence, he's not as good as your previous students, and even his appearance is not good. Naruto seemed a bit angry when he saw himself being belittled like this. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Naruto looks so much like you and me, how dare she say Naruto's appearance is not good? And Naruto looks like a smart child at a glance, how is his brain not good? Seeing Tsunade belittle Naruto so much, Uzumaki Kushina was so angry she jumped up. Fortunately, Minato Namikaze was there to comfort her. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Honey, I don't think Naruto is that bad. I quite like this child. Ayam, who had come specifically to cheer for Naruto during the Chunin exams, stood up for him. Bai Yan nodded. I also think Tsunade really wronged Naruto on one point. Which point? Ayam asked immediately. If you say Naruto's eloquence is bad, I, Bai Yan, will be the first to disagree. Bai Yan smiled. Why? You will know later. Bai Yan tapped Ayam's nose without explaining. As for why? Naruto is the recognized king of talk no jutsu. Naruto-kun is not that bad at all. In Hinata's heart, Naruto is the coolest. Chapter 15. The screen continues. Jiraiya laughed and praised Minato Namikaze heavily. While Naruto listened on the side, agreeing wholeheartedly, Tsunade retorted disdainfully. But that guy died soon after too. Betting one's life for the village, but life is not the same as money. Easily betting one's life and losing it, that is what an idiot does. Tsunade deliberately emphasized the word idiot, clearly disapproving of the fourth's actions, or rather, she cannot approve of it right now. Land of Rain, Akatsuki Organization Base. Kakuzu, betting one's life for others is indeed for idiots. Haiden, ha. I think joining the Jashin sect and dedicating one's life to the Shinigami is the right path, Kakuzu-senpai. Come on. Serve the Shinigami with me. Deidara, art is eternal, and explosion is the truth. We should dedicate ourselves to art. Toby, Deidara-senpai, you guys are so cool. Kyumo go cure. Baka yoru, kono yoru. Yo, Tsunade, yo. After Killer Bee finished speaking, his body suddenly trembled, and then he took out a small notebook and started recording the rhymes he thought were an explosion of inspiration. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. It seems Tsunade will choose to cooperate with me, so should I go find her in advance? Orochimaru's snake eyes narrowed, he felt that things were getting more and more interesting. Hiruzen Sarutobi, who had been vigilantly staring at Orochimaru, did not speak, but his expression became worse. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Honey, let me go, I'm going to bite that Tsunade to death, she actually called you an idiot. It would feel weird for Kushina and the fourth to be separated, so I wrote it this way. Uzumaki Kushina was clawing and scratching in Minato Namikaze's arms, looking extremely angry. Although Minato Namikaze knew that Tsunade couldn't get out of here, he still didn't let go. Pure land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. You have a good granddaughter. Senju Hashirama, Madara. Stop talking. Uzumaki Mito, Madara, I think you're just jealous. Uchiha Madara, Mito, just you wait. I've won the bet for sure. Hashirama is about to divorce you, and then with me. Uchiha Madara realized he almost let it slip and hurriedly stopped. The screen continues. Hearing this, Naruto was very angry, his fists clenched subconsciously, and the chopsticks in his hand were snapped directly. Tsunade didn't seem to notice Naruto's abnormality and continued speaking. My grandfather and the second Hokage, although they hoped to settle the wars between the various ninja villages. Tsunade then said full of mockery, as a result, before they could realize their dreams, they threw away their lives for the village in vain. After Jiraiya interrupted and had a brief conversation with Tsunade, Tsunade said, the third is the same, self-righteously acting for the village, naturally they will die. Then, after looking at the bad cards in her hand, Tsunade raised her beautiful face, which was 50 years old but looked like she was in her 20s. Hokage is trash, only trash would wanna be one. Konoha. I, who sacrificed my life to seal one of Orochimaru's hands for the village, am trash? Hiruzen Sarutobi suddenly realized something was wrong. It seems, it is quite trashy. How dare she say the Hokage position I pursued my whole life is trash? Tsunade, when I become the 5th Hokage, the first thing I will do is send you to see the first Hokage. Seeing that the thing he had used all sorts of dirty means to pursue was being trampled on by Tsunade, how could Danzo not be angry? Chapter 11 The Hokage is not trash. I'm going to blow you away. Naruto was so angry that he clenched his fists tightly. Naive guy, she is one of the 3 Sannin. Sasuke curled his lip, but for some reason, he felt that the Naruto in the screen might actually challenge Tsunade on the spot. Iwagu cure. Well said. The Hokage is trash. Ha ha ha. Grandpa, if the Hokage is trash, then what about the Tsuchikage? Anoki's laughter came to an abrupt halt. If the Hokage is trash, then the other Kage who are equally famous as the Hokage, aren't they also trash? That hateful Tsunade, how dare she call me trash? Just you wait. Kumo go cure. 4th Raikage, I also think the Hokage is trash, especially that third one. Mabui, Lord Raikage, watch your words. Why? Lord Raikage, we were scared for many years by the 3rd Hokage's title as the strongest Hokage of all time. When the 4th Raikage thought about the fact that Hiruzen Sarutobi was actually trash, he felt his face burning with pain. Sunagakure Village. Grandma Chio, it seems I should come out of retirement. With something happening to the 4th Kazekage, Konoha is about to be turned upside down. Then, as someone who was originally in seclusion, it's time for her to come out and take charge of the situation in Sunagakure. Karegakure. That Tsunade, she probably wants to call all the Kage trash, right? Mizukage elder sister, you're overthinking it. Chojuro, find out where that Tsunade is. Immediately, I'm going to destroy her. Mei Terumi rolled up her sleeves angrily, looking like she was really going to kill Tsunade. A hotel next to a gambling den. Lady Tsunade, how could you say something like that? Shizen looked at Tsunade with a dazed expression. Tsunade's mouth twitched. Damn it, how did I say what I was thinking? Wait, those weren't my inner thoughts, it was clearly just saying the opposite of what I felt. And now it's a public execution. If her grandfather, the first, heard this, the scene would be too tragic to imagine. Pure land. Senju Hashirama was bewildered. What? The Hokage are all trash? Then am I also trash? Hashirama. Am I trash? Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. No one but me can call you trash, not even your granddaughter. Senju Hashirama, Madara. You're the one who understands me. Uchiha Izuna, older brother sob sob sob. 3rd Raikage, oh, so the Hokage are all trash. 2nd Mizukage, understood, the Hokage is trash. 4th Kazekage, exactly, the Hokage are all trash. The Kage of other ninja villages in the Pure Land all came out to be sarcastic. Although Senju Hashirama was angry, he didn't know how to refute it. Because those words were spoken by his own granddaughter.
Chapter 16. The screen continued. Naruto couldn't take it anymore, slapped the table and leaped up, wanting to attack Tsunade, but unfortunately he was caught by Jiraiya. Even though Naruto was easily caught by Jiraiya, he still refused to let it go. Anyone who dares to mock Grandpa Third and the fourth Hokage in front of me, I don't care if you're a woman, Naruto said as he clenched his fists, I'm going to beat you up hard. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Uzumaki Kushina, husband, look, Naruto is so handsome. Minato Namikaze nodded, yeah. As expected of my son. After seeing Naruto's reaction, Uzumaki Kushina's previous anger dissipated for a moment. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. This child. Naruto. The corners of the third's eyes were a bit moist, he was wondering if he had wronged Naruto too much before. As expected of me. Beat her. Naruto looked at himself on the screen with a proud face. I really didn't guess wrong. Sasuke speechlessly covered his forehead. Naruto-kun is so handsome and brave. One day, I will also be brave like Naruto-kun, and then confess to him. Hinata thought until her mind wandered, and then her face turned bright red. Hinata, what's wrong with you? Kurenai Yuhi saw that Hinata's expression was off and walked over to ask. Hinata shook her head. What's going on? Isn't this supposed to be a brilliant scene of Lady Tsunade using a summoned beast to fight? Why do I feel like Naruto is the protagonist? Inazuka Kiba had a look of confusion. That dead last Naruto has been shouting about becoming Hokage. In the screen, he's following Lord Jiraiya and even met Lady Tsunade, who is about to become the 5th Hokage. Naruto won't really become the Hokage in the future, will he? After a bit of analysis, Shikamaru reached a conclusion that he found unacceptable. That's impossible. Naruto is one of our class-skipping quartet, how could he become Hokage? If it were Sasuke, I might believe it. It wasn't that Choji was belittling himself, but currently among the 12 genin, Sasuke had the greatest talent and strength. Naruto, see if I don't beat you up. Sakura rushed toward Naruto with her fists clenched, and Naruto quickly dodged. Wife, see, this is the Naruto I have high hopes for. Bai Yan nodded to Iam. Naruto is indeed the strongest ninja of Talk no Jutsu, those words just now really sounded quite hot-blooded. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, although my granddaughter is disappointing, this kid is not bad. Senju Tobarama, yes, this kid has clearly inherited our will of fire, there is hope for Konoha. Uzumaki Nido, as expected of someone from my Uzumaki clan, keep it up Naruto, I have high hopes. For you. Uchiha Madara, it seems Konoha is really finished if you're actually counting on a brat who's a nine-tails Jinchuriki and only knows how to shout. For some reason, Uchiha Madara found the constantly chattering Naruto on the screen very annoying. Uchiha Izuna, older brother. Konoha has no successors left, this is retribution. Ha ha ha. Older brother. Older brother. He felt very displeased at the thought of being killed by Senju Tobarama, so naturally, he was happy to see Konoha's decline. Senju Tobarama, brother, it seems that after you and I are brought back by Orochimaru Zeto Tensei, besides cleaning house, we'll have serious work to do. Senju Hashirama, yes, at that time we will guide this nine-tails brat together. As expected of my descendant, keep it up, don't let people look down on you. The Six Paths Sage placed high hopes on Naruto, after all, Naruto is the reincarnation of Ashura and the child of prophecy. The screen continued. After hearing Naruto's words, Tsunade stepped on the wine table and looked Naruto in the eye. Brat, you've got guts. Come, follow me outside. Then the screen shifted, and Tsunade and the others all arrived at the street outside. Tsunade and Naruto began to face off, clearly intending to actually fight. This scene stunned the ninjas of the ninja world. No way. A little brat really dares to challenge Tsunade, one of the Sannin. I think Tsunade only needs one move. No, she can instant kill Naruto without even using a single move. As one of the legendary Sannin, Tsunade actually accepted Naruto's challenge. This is a brilliant scene of Tsunade using a summoned beast to fight. Do you think Tsunade will summon a beast when fighting Naruto?
Naruto-kun. Seeing Tsunade accept Naruto's provocation, Hinata suddenly became worried. Courage is courage, and being cool is being cool. But the prerequisite is being able to stay alive. No matter how blindly Hinata admired Naruto, she also knew how huge the gap was between Naruto and Tsunade. Serves him right, he's asking for it. Sakura tilted her head back and stopped chasing Naruto. Pant. Can I win? Naruto looked at the screen, breathing heavily. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Go Naruto. Knock Lady Tsunade flying. Uzumaki Kushina's face was full of anticipation, seemingly not worried at all about Naruto being beaten up.
Chapter 12. The scene continues.
Tsunade looked at Naruto with an arrogant expression. Don't look at me like that.
I am one of the 3 Sannin, after all.
I won't get serious against a genin. Naruto felt insulted and said with an unhappy expression, What? Tsunade held up one finger. Chapter 17. Jiraiya, whoa. Is that a KO prediction? Tsunade, not 1 minute, but 1 finger. Kid, 1 finger is enough to deal with you. Tsunade said with a playful expression. Lady Tsunade.
Shizen, seeing that Tsunade was playing for real, spoke up to persuade her.
Tsunade beckoned to Naruto with her finger. Come at me, kid. What? Genin Naruto pulled out a kunai and angrily launched a charge at the legendary one of the 3 Sannin, Tsunade. Admirable courage. Boom. Slap. Whoosh. Crash. Tsunade's movements were fluid, and she beat Naruto to a pulp with just 1 finger. So strong.
Naruto fell backward, struggling to stand steady, and the kunai that had been taken by Tsunade was now stuck in front of him.
Clang.
Naruto discovered that his ninja headband had also been removed by Tsunade at some point and had fallen in front of him.
Tsunade, kid, why are you so obsessed with the title of Hokage? I am not like you. I will definitely inherit the name of Hokage. Because the Hokage is my dream.
Naruto's eyes were determined, his words ringing with power.
Konoha. Naruto, you guy.
Inuzuka Kiba wiped away the tears that had welled up in his eyes at some point.
Naruto-kun. You will definitely be able to become Hokage, I have always believed it. Always. Hinata's worried gaze became determined. Hoof.
I won't hold it against you for offending Lady Tsunade earlier.
Sakura said with a tsundere attitude. Naruto, you've grown up. Ichiraku was moved to tears.
The rest of the 12 genin were also ignited by Naruto's words.
Hokage, that was their dream too. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Naruto, you will definitely become Hokage. Uzumaki Kushina was crying her eyes out. Minato Namikaze, Naruto was really like the little pepper from back then. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, Madara. Did you see that? This is the hope of Konoha. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. You aren't really going to rely on a kid, are you? You are not the Hashirama I knew. Uzumaki Mito, Madara, are you looking down on my Uzumaki clan? Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Control this woman. Uzumaki Mito, Madara. Are you looking for death? Senju Tobirama, older brother, can I teach Naruto forbidden techniques?
The scene continues. Tsunade listened to Naruto's words, her originally playful expression turning serious.
Tsunade, this kid, Naruto. An opening. I might have a chance to win.
Borrowing the anger in his heart, borrowing the tenacity to never give up, Naruto
used the Rasengan. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach.
Uzumaki Kushina looked excited. Husband, look quickly, Naruto has already learned that technique of yours. Minato Namikaze nodded heavily. Although he isn't skilled at using the Rasengan yet, he is worthy of being my son.
Konoha. Sasuke, is Naruto already this strong? It seems I must also master stronger techniques. Sakura, did I underestimate you before? Naruto. Amazing. As expected of you. Naruto-kun. I don't know why, but I feel like my youth is burning. Rock Lee, whose blood was boiling with excitement, started doing push-ups on the spot. Pure Land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. I don't know why, but it feels like I've returned to the time when I fought you. Senju Hashirama, Madara. Let's sword fight. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Come on. Who's afraid of who? Uzumaki Mito grabbed Senju Hashirama, who wanted to sneak away, beside her. Where are you going? Senju Hashirama, to go sword fight with Uchiha Madara. Uzumaki Mito, you dare. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Hurry up, don't let women affect our sword drawing speed. The other ninjas in the Pure Land seemed to have discovered an incredible secret and were all silently watching from the sidelines. The scene continues. Jiraiya looked smug, while Tsunade looked stunned. This technique is, you actually know this technique. Naruto held the Rasengan and rushed in front of Tsunade to launch an attack. Tsunade tapped her finger on the ground, and the hard street surface was directly split open, creating a trench. What terrifying super strength! The Rasengan in Naruto's hand dissipated, and he was stuck in the trench, being pulled up by Shizune for treatment. I didn't expect you to have learned the fourth's technique. But it's just similar, not the real Rasengan. Naruto was stunned upon hearing this. This technique is called Rasengan, and it's the fourth's technique? Tsunade looked at Jiraiya, who was beside her. You taught him, didn't you? I advise you to control this dreaming kid and make him stop practicing this technique that he cannot possibly learn and might even cost him his life. Can't learn it? Naruto took a deep breath, clenched his fists, and looked at Tsunade with determined eyes. 3 days. In just 3 days, I will be able to fully master the Rasengan. Say what I mean. Never give up. This is my ninja way. Chapter 18 Silence. The entire ninja world was unprecedentedly quiet. At this moment, all the ninjas were moved by it. For most ninjas, they lived their lives in a daze, repeating the cycle of taking missions, resting, and taking missions again every day. Ninja way, for them, it was too far away. And this kid actually had his own ninja way. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Hinata clenched her small fists. She had always wanted to tell Naruto. Naruto's ninja way was also her ninja way. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Husband, as expected of our son, he has a ninja way even at such a young age. Who do you think he takes after? Naturally, he takes after you and me. Ha ha ha. Minato Namikaze felt genuinely happy. However what? Nothing. Kushina, whose attention had been on the screen, did not notice that Minato Namikaze, with his brows furrowed, looked somewhat grave. Minato Namikaze thought to himself, Naruto actually doesn't know the name of that technique, let alone that it is his technique? And looking at Naruto's shock after learning the truth, Naruto doesn't know that he is the son of Minato Namikaze? And Tsunade knows that Naruto is the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, but doesn't know that Naruto is his son? Hiruzen. These. What on earth is going on? Chapter 13. Pure Land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. Look, the kid and your granddaughter have finished fighting. Why haven't you come to fence with me yet? Senju Hashirama, Madara. Mito said if I come to fence with you, she'll stop talking to me. Do you know why she won't let me fence with you? Uchiha Madara, Madara. Uzumaki Mito, Madara. Shut up. If you dare corrupt my Hashirama, I'll fight you with my life. Uchiha Izuna, big brother, I can do it. The footage continues. Tsunade, kid, let's make a bet. Naruto, a bet? If you can completely master the Rasengan within a week, I'll admit that you can become Hokage. And I'll give you this necklace. TCH, I don't care about your crappy necklace. Naruto looked disdainfully at the gemstone necklace Tsunade was wearing.
Jiraiya, Naruto, this was meticulously crafted from a gemstone that could buy 3 mountains, and it belonged to the first
Hokage. 3 big mountains? The first's belongings?
Money symbols appeared in Naruto's eyes.
Fine. For the necklace.
I mean, for my ninja way, I'll bet with you. Then the scene shifted, showing Naruto working hard to win the highly valuable necklace. Jiraiya complained with a look of disgust, "What a realistic guy." The scene shifts again. Under Jiraiya's guidance, Naruto began to practice exceptionally hard, forgetting to eat or sleep, wanting to master the Rasengan. The perseverance and determination Naruto showed during these days were all seen by Tsunade, and her opinion of Naruto began to change bit by bit.
Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Uzumaki Kushina, Naruto. Keep going. Don't give up, you will definitely learn your father's Rasengan. Minato Namikaze wished he could personally guide Naruto on the field, but he could only watch. Perhaps this was a regret.
Konoha. Seeing Naruto suffer, Hinata felt a pang in her heart, wishing she could suffer in his place.
That guy Naruto, is it necessary to be so desperate? Sakura's opinion of Naruto was slowly changing. Is anyone running laps with me? I want to burn my youth alongside Naruto. After Rock Lee finished speaking, he actually started running around Konoha. The footage continues. The scene shifts. On a plane, Orochimaru is in a fierce battle with Jiraiya.
Naruto and Shizen team up to fight Yakushi Kabuto, but Kabuto clearly has the upper hand.
Soon, both Naruto and Shizun are knocked down.
Yakushi Kabuto walked up to Tsunade, who was slumped on the ground, her body trembling incessantly.
Lady Tsunade, you can't move because of your hemophobia, right? Then just die.
With a face full of triumphant sneers, Yakushi Kabuto punched and kicked Tsunade, who was unable to fight due to her hemophobia.
Land of Lightning, Akatsuki Organization Base. Haiden, ha 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 ha. Tsunade, one of the 3 Sannin, actually has hemophobia? Deidara, HM. Leave the mission to capture the 9-tail to me. Tobi, Deidara-sama, you must take me with you then.
I'll use a single drop of blood to deal with the 5th Hokage.
Kerego Cure. Ha ha ha. That old hag Tsunade actually has hemophobia? This is hilarious.
She was rumored to be so powerful, yet her body trembles so much she can't fight because of a little blood.
That's it? That's it? That's it?
Mei Terumi was full of excitement. She had already begun to imagine how she would use a single drop of blood to torture and kill Tsunade if they ever met.
Sunagakure. Grandma Chio, a civil war between the Sannin? It seems this old woman won't need to take action myself. Iwago Cure. Anoki, Kuratsuchi, immediately investigate where the location in the footage is. Kumo go Cure. 4th Raikage, ha ha ha. Tsunade actually has hemophobia.
If she really becomes the 5th Hokage, then Kumogakure can take action.
Pure land.
Senju Hashirama covered his face. It's over, all my dignity is gone.
Uchiha Madara, Hashirama.
This granddaughter of yours is too disappointing. Have you considered having another one?
Chapter 19 Senju Hashirama, Madara. How can I have a granddaughter again? Uzumaki Mito, Madara. Uzumaki Mito, Hashirama. From now on, you are not allowed to speak to that guy Madara. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama.
Come over here, let's whisper. Uzumaki Mito grabbed Senju Hashirama to prevent him from leaving and roared, I heard you. The ninjas in the Pure Land who had lived through the Sannin era were all filled with frustration and regret.
If they had known earlier that Tsunade had hemophobia, it would be uncertain whether Konoha could have still won back then. They didn't know that they never had a chance. Because the Tsunade of the Sannin era did not have hemophobia.
The footage continues. Naruto suddenly blocked the way in front of Tsunade, using his forehead protector to block Kabuto's fist, and began to bleed, Rasengan.
Yakushi Kabuto dodged easily. You think a ninjutsu with such obvious movements can hit me? Kabuto looked disdainful. It hurts. And the chakra for the Rasengan wasn't fully maintained. Naruto clutched his left leg, gritting his teeth in pain. Yukushi Kabuto, it seems that during your battle with Manda, a crack appeared in your left femur. Although your left foot can still barely move, your right foot is already finished. Because I have already severed the vastus lateralis of your right leg. Ha ha! Kabuto began to sneer. What will you do? Are you afraid of me? Do you want to run away from here? I remember you talked big during the Chunin exams. Back then you said, don't look down on me, I don't run away easily. I accept the challenge, even if I can only be a genin for the rest of my life, I will become Hokage through sheer will, so it doesn't matter. I'm not afraid. Naruto, can you still say such big words now? Seeing Naruto stand up, Yukushi Kabuto pulled out a kunai and launched an attack, prepared to kill the meddling Naruto. Tsunade was full of anxiety. Enough, get out of the way. Naruto stood firmly in front of Tsunade. I won't run away, and I won't give up, because keeping my word is my ninja way. Reaper Death Seal, inside the Shinigami's stomach. Yukushi Kabuto, is it? To dare harm Naruto like this, I won't forgive you. Uzumaki Kushina's eyes were filled with rage. If looks could kill, Kabuto would have already been cut into 1,000 pieces. Naruto. Keep going. You are the one who inherited the will of fire and will become Hokage. Minato Namikaze squeezed Kushina's hand. Konoha. Naruto-kun. Good luck. Hinata found herself so useless, she always seemed unable to do anything. Naruto. Ino's opinion of Naruto was changing without her even realizing it. Sakura clenched her fists, feeling a sense of inferiority in her heart. While Naruto was protecting Lady Tsunade. Where was she? What was she doing? Hiding in the village, being protected by others? What right did someone like her have to look down on Naruto? The rest of the 12 genin were all shocked by Naruto's ninja way and perseverance. Pure land. Uchiha Madara, Hashirama. For some reason, I have a premonition that one day, this kid might become my opponent. Senju Hashirama, Madara. That's for sure. Because I've already decided to personally guide this kid. Senju Tobirama, I'm already considering which forbidden jutsu to pass on to Naruto. Uzumaki Nido, since he's of the Uzumaki clan, then I want to teach him the sealing jutsu of the Uzumaki clan. The footage continues. Facing the attacking Yukushi Kabuto, Naruto uses Shadow Clone. Die. Yukushi Kabuto launched his attack without hesitation. Oof. Chapter 14 Poof. Naruto's original body caught Yukushi Kabuto's kunai with his left hand, his palm was pierced, and blood flowed freely. Now let's see where you can run. Granny Tsunade, don't you forget our bet. Rasengan. A shadow clone began using both hands to help Naruto condense the Rasengan in his right hand. Maintain the chakra. Ooh-ah. Bang. Yukushi Kabuto was hit by the real Rasengan. As the Rasengan exploded, he was blown away, leaving a trench over 10 meters long in the ground. He didn't stop until he hit a giant boulder behind him, which cracked with spiderweb-like fractures. The real Rasengan's attack power was terrifyingly powerful. The scene changed. Tsunade used her body to block Orochimaru's attack aimed at killing Naruto. Orochimaru looked in disbelief at Tsunade, who refused to move even though he had pierced several holes in her body. Tsunade, are you really going to risk your life for a brat like this? Tsunade looked back at the collapsed and unconscious Naruto. For the sake of the village and Konoha, I must protect Naruto. Orochimaru, why? Tsunade's eyes were no longer lost, because I am the 5th Hokage, and Naruto is the one who will definitely become Hokage. Chapter 20 Konoha. Konoha's 12 genin saw that Tsunade had agreed to succeed as the 5th Hokage and acknowledged that Naruto would become Hokage in the future. They were all incredibly shocked. Can Naruto really become Hokage in the future?
Although I don't fully acknowledge him, Naruto's performance just now was admirable. Since that dead last Naruto can become Hokage, maybe I can become Hokage in the future too. Root base.
Damn it, damn it. That Tsunade actually acknowledged that Naruto brat could become Hokage. Orochimaru, what are you doing? Hurry up and kill both Tsunade and that Naruto brat right there. Danzo wished he could enter the screen to help. Right, this is something that happens in the future. Since I know in advance, I can plan ahead.
The screen continued.
Een Seal, release. Ninja art, creation rebirth. Tsunade's injuries were all instantly healed. Summoning technique. Manda. Summoning technique. Gamabunta. Summoning technique. Katsuyu. At this moment, Tsunade's summoned beast, Katsuyu, officially made her debut under the gaze of thousands.
After a brief exchange, the Battle of the Sannin officially began.
Tsunade's summoned beast's combat power isn't weak, but it turns out she's mainly a support type.
That healing ability is even stronger than the best medical ninja in our village.
It's terrifying. She can even split into countless tiny slugs, and every single one has healing abilities?
As expected of the summoned beast ranked 14th, she's much stronger than the monkey of the so-called strongest Hokage of all time. The battle situation constantly reversed, one moment Tsunade had the upper hand, and the next Orochimaru did.
Ultimately, at a critical moment of his metamorphosis where he couldn't exert his full power, Orochimaru chose to flee.
Tsunade also grew old due to the side effects of her ninjutsu.
The scene ended here. So Tsunade, who looked to be in her 20s, is actually an old woman.
Seeing the aged Tsunade, the male ninjas who had wanted to simp over the screen collectively spat blood.
If I could learn that ninjutsu, I could stay young forever. The female ninjas focused their attention on that ninjutsu. Karega Cure. Ha ha ha. Tsunade, you old woman, keep acting young. Now your true face is exposed. Mei Terumi felt in an excellent mood. But it would be great if I could learn that ninjutsu. What woman doesn't want to stay beautiful forever?
The more beautiful the woman, the more this was true.
Chojuro hesitated to speak. It was always Mei Terumi who treated Tsunade as an imaginary rival. Tsunade probably didn't care at all. A hotel near a certain casino. Arg. Damn it. The image I worked so hard to maintain. How am I supposed to face anyone after this? Tsunade saw that not only was her hemophobia exposed, but she was also punched and kicked by a nobody. And finally, her aged appearance was seen by everyone. Lady Tsunade, calm down. That's all in the future. Even though it hasn't happened yet, everyone has already seen it. Tsunade was truly about to go crazy. Konoha. Root base. Tsunade.
Seeing Tsunade finally agree to become the 5th Hokage, Danzo's face was as ugly as could be.
And Tsunade actually acknowledged that Naruto would definitely become Hokage. That meant the 6th Hokage would very likely be Naruto. Even if Tsunade kicks the bucket, he might not have a chance anyway. How could he stand this?
I must kill both Tsunade and Naruto ahead of time. I must become Hokage. Anyone who obstructs me from becoming Hokage must die.
The power of 10 Rinnegan should be enough. Even if I go blind in both eyes, it won't affect my becoming Hokage in the slightest. Pure land. Senju Hashirama, little Tsunade has grown so big. Uzumaki Mido, husband, don't be sad, Tsunade is already 50 years old, it's time for her to be old. Uchiha Madara. Your granddaughter looks even older than you. Ha ha ha.
Senju Tobarama, Madara, you lost the bet with older brother.
Uzumaki Mido, that's right, Madara, just accept your punishment. Uchiha Madara, don't worry. I always keep my word. When I am resurrected, I will definitely help Hashirama resurrect as well. As for you, Mido, just stay in the Pure Land, ha ha. Uchiha Madara thought to himself, you think I lost? Actually, I won, ha ha ha. After the scene ended, most people were left wanting more. Iwagu cure. Anoki, no matter what, Tsunade's performance was, overall, still acceptable. Kuratsuchi, it only counts as acceptable? Kyumo go cure. Fourth Raikage, Tsunade is at least much stronger than the strongest Hokage of all time, Hiruzen Sarutobi, who sacrificed his life just to seal one of Orochimaru's hands. Mabui, it seems Tsunade will be the fifth Hokage without a doubt. I'll go collect and organize the data right away. Konoha. Damn, Naruto's performance was way too flashy. Inazuka Kiba was a bit indignant, if only he could also perform well in the scenes of those on the rankings. I'm so looking forward to the next list. Yeah. Look, the scroll is erupting with golden light again. A new person on the rankings has appeared. The scroll erupted with golden light, and a new ranking appeared. Summoning Beast Rankings Rank 13, Manda. Summoners, Orochimaru, Sasuke. Reward, Chapter 15 Summoned Beast Rankings 13, Manda. Summoners, Orochimaru, Sasuke. Reward, Special Fetish Shapeshifting Pill, 10 pills in total, recommended for master and pet to share. All abilities of the consumer, including ninjutsu power, chakra, strength, speed, reaction, endurance, recovery, lifespan, and soul, will be permanently enhanced tenfold. At the same time, the user's physiology and psychology will be feminized. Oh. Right. After the summoned beast consumes it, they can transform into human form. Hiss. Sensation. Whether it was the current ninja world or the Pure Land. After seeing this reward, everyone fell into an unprecedented sensation. Because the effect of the shapeshifting pill was simply too heaven-defying. Just looking at the reward description made people's hearts race with envy. Konoha, Chunin Exam Arena. Orochimaru stared at Sasuke's name listed alongside his on the rankings, his snake-like pupils narrowing into slits. It seems Sasuke-kun has still entered my embrace as I wished. But now with a good thing like the shapeshifting pill, my strength and lifespan will increase greatly. Then, there's actually no need to rush for Sasuke-kun's body. As for the feminization side effect of the shapeshifting pill, Orochimaru didn't care at all. Not only did he not care, he was even faintly excited. Although there's feminization, once my strength increases, I'll hold the initiative no matter what happens next. And directly changing my physiology, such an interesting change is well worth my research. In his heart, Orochimaru was even wondering if he could try to have a baby once his physiology truly changed. It's getting more and more interesting. Orochimaru excitedly flicked his long snake tongue. As for with whom he would have it. In his mind, Jiraiya's image suddenly popped up involuntarily. No, no, no. Orochimaru couldn't help but shudder and shook his head violently. Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was nearby, kept his eyes fixed on Orochimaru after seeing the rankings. He was waiting for the rankings to distribute the rewards to Orochimaru. Based on his own ranking footage, he knew that Orochimaru would soon engage in a life-and-death struggle with him. I must not let Orochimaru eat the shapeshifting pill to increase his strength. Although I've obtained 100 A-rank ninjutsu and my chakra has increased tenfold. But judging from the footage, I clearly wasn't Orochimaru's match before the upgrade. If Orochimaru's strength is increased tenfold in all aspects, I might not even be able to seal one of his hands then. This was something Hiruzen Sarutobi could not accept no matter what. Not only must I stop Orochimaru from eating it to increase his strength, I must also try to snatch 1 or 2 pills. I must eat one of these shape-shifting pills that can increase strength tenfold in all aspects myself. I swear in the name of the Hokage, I definitely don't have any special fetishes. I'm doing this solely to better protect the village, even if it means feminization to protect the village. I am indeed the Hokage who has made the greatest contribution to Konoha throughout the generations. I am so great. The Konoha ninja and villagers will surely love and support me even more. As for another one, should I give it to Enma? Hiruzen Sarutobi began to imagine the scene of Enma being feminized and hurriedly shook his head in fright. No, that image is too beautiful, better not. Then who should I give it to? How about Naruto?
As he thought, the image of Naruto using this sexy jutsu suddenly popped into Hiruzen Sarutobi's mind.
Hiruzen Sarutobi's old face turned red. Ahem.
Giving the shapeshifting pill to Naruto is, from the perspective of the Hokage, to increase the strength of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. The strength of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki increases, naturally protecting the village's safety better. From an elder's perspective, this isn't selfishness, but to let Minato's child grow more healthily.
Yes, that's it. I'm sure Minato would be moved if he knew.
As he thought, Hiruzen Sarutobi's expression became increasingly kind. He, Hiruzen Sarutobi, although not truly the strongest Hokage of all time. But he is deservedly the Hokage who has made the greatest contribution to Konoha throughout the generations.
Root Base. All members of Root were summoned by Danzo.
Once the rewards are distributed, first snatch all the shapeshifting pills Sasuke got, then go all out to seize the ones Orochimaru received.
Listen up. This mission must be completed. This is all to protect what we want to protect, so you must be willing to sacrifice your lives for it. Danzo was determined to get it this time.
The shapeshifting pill that can increase strength tenfold must belong to him, Danzo.
As long as he gets the shapeshifting pill, he'll be one step closer to becoming Hokage. Hidden Sand Village.
Shapeshifting pill, tenfold strength, what a terrifying reward.
If only our Hidden Sand Village could get one or two. If Hidden Sand Village got the shapeshifting pill, who would use it?
In Grandma Chiyo's mind, the image of a feminized Gaara involuntarily appeared.
Hee, this is actually quite cute.
Unfortunately, I'm not in Konoha, otherwise, I would definitely do my best to snatch a shapeshifting pill for Gaara. Gaara is at the Konoha Chunin exam arena right now. I wonder if he can snatch one if his tailed beast goes berserk.
Chapter 22 Kirigakure. A shapeshifting pill that increases strength tenfold? That's a good thing. Mei Terumi looked at Chojuro nearby.
Chojuro, who was staring at the scroll carefully deciphering the shapeshifting pill reward, suddenly felt uncomfortable all over.
He turned around and saw Mei Terumi staring at him with glowing eyes. Sister Mizukage, no. This decision is not okay. Iwagakure. A shapeshifting pill? I really want to try it. Grandpa, what are you saying? Aren't you afraid Grandma will beat you to death when you see her? Anoki's old face turned red. I'm joking.
He was very embarrassed. How could he blurt out his inner thoughts while his granddaughter Kuratsuchi was present?
Kumo Gokure. Eating the shapeshifting pill really causes feminization? I'm a real man, I don't believe it. Mabui. Mabui. Where are you? Mabui walked in holding a stack of files. What is it, Reikage-sama?
Mabui said as she handed the materials to the Reikage. These are all the materials about the future 5th Hokage Tsunade our village could collect for now. The
incomplete ones are being gathered urgently.
The Reikage tossed aside the file containing Tsunade's information.
Forget about Tsunade for now, you saw the new shapeshifting pill reward, right? Mabui nodded.
Go, send someone to Konoha to snatch one for me. Mabui didn't go to issue the command but stared at him speechlessly.
Fourth Reikage Ice old face turned red. Ahem.
As a man, one should be brave enough to try, and I'm a real man. I don't believe eating that thing really causes feminization.
Mabui, don't look at me like that. I really don't believe eating it causes feminization. It's not that I want to be feminized. Fine, I won't snatch it, okay? Land of Lightning, Akatsuki Organization Base. Deidara, I thought of something interesting. Toby, senpai, I thought of it too. Let me say it.
Deidara, as your senior, I'll let you speak first. Toby always called Deidara senpai, and Toby also felt that explosions were art. This made Deidara feel quite good, though in his heart he actually looked down on Toby.
Because he looked like a complete idiot. Toby, say. Haiden, Kakuzu, what do you think it would be like if the always cool-faced Itachi was feminized? Kakuzu, if Itachi is feminized, then handsome guys might be in danger. Haydn, then I must be in danger. We definitely can't let Itachi be feminized. Toby was a bit frantic because Haydn had said what he wanted to say. However, he soon joined this interesting conversation. Toby, I think if Kisame Hashigaki was feminized, it would be terrifying, ha. Kisame Hashigaki, Toby, go die. Why don't you feminize yourself? Toby grabbed Deidara's sleeve. Senpai, if I feminize, I'll definitely marry you. I admire you. Deidara, art is an explosion. Katsu. Boom. Toby was blown away by the sudden explosion. Haydn, I still think Sasori being feminized would be more interesting. That way he'd come out of his puppet. Sasori, Haydn, if you don't shut up, believe it or not, I'll turn you into a puppet and make it so you can never speak again. Haydn stopped provoking Sasori and pointed at Deidara. Wow, look at Deidara, if he's feminized, he doesn't even need to change his hairstyle. Deidara, explosion is? That's it for today, meet you in next part.